right here on KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin.
We out of breath, Kyle?
I'm a little out of breath. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You move fast around this office. There's no doubt about that.
I try to. I really try to. But, Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm feeling really good Friday energy. It's about 75 degrees and sunny outside. I'm going to be cracking a carbless later. I'm feeling good. I think the quarterback market is feeling really good in the NFL. A lot to talk about with Trevor Lawrence getting that big old bag before Jordan Love.
Yes, getting that big old bag from Jordan Love is absolutely correct. Boy, it's going to be a day. Strofe, how you doing?
I'm good, Kyle. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
It is a happy Friday indeed. I'm telling you, I'm throwing all the way off. I'm telling you, this is what threw me off. I'm getting old. I really am getting old. You know how old people have the glasses on their forehead or have the pin in their ear and they can't find it and they're looking for it? That's me. That is absolutely me. Because basically what I did was I literally set my computer down and was about to sit down, and I said, oh my gosh, I left my computer in the other room. So I ran back to try to get my computer, and I looked in there and I said, what the heck? I can't find my computer. I said, I know I didn't sit it down. I did. I absolutely set it down. So, whoops. So I'm losing my mind. I'm one of them old people now.
Yeah, there are moments like that where you really start to feel old. I had a moment like this recently. I was getting really mad at the squirrels in my yard. That's how I know I'm getting old. The squirrels, they're eating all of our plants.
Oh no!
I know. We're trying to plant some fruits and vegetables, and these squirrels are just nonstop. I'm like, hey, get out of there, squirrels.
I mean,
that's how I know I'm getting old.
I mean, but that's your land. That's your place. I know for one thing. I mean, if I have any bugs in the house like that, I feel the same way. I kill them all. I mean, man, that sounds so terrible.
Well, no, you should. It's your
I exterminate them. Yeah, it is my kingdom. They don't pay rent here. They don't pay bills. They don't pay their electric bills. So I don't know why they moving around. Did that this morning. But as you were talking about, Brad, this is a big day. And it's a big day not because it's a big day for the Green Bay Packers because they made a move. It is a big day because yesterday news broke that I think the news that was heard all around the NFL, but especially heard here in Wisconsin, as Trevor Lawrence, the QB for the Jacksonville Jaguar, as you all told me, it's Jaguar, new word for me.
That's right, Jaguar.
Was signed to an extension that will pay him about $55 million a year. Brad, when you heard that news, when you went on Twitter X or wherever you got your news from, when you got the breaking news, maybe on Rutledge and Hamilton, right here on ESPN Madison, that you can hear them 4 to 6 every single weekday, what was your initial reaction when Trevor Lawrence signs an extension with the Jacksonville Jaguars that will pay him $55 million a year?
I thought, here we go. The Packers are actively screwing themselves by not being able to get a deal done with Jordan Love. And if Jordan Love is not the next quarterback signed, the Packers deserve the high, expensive contract. They're going to be forced to get him. He's got to beat out Tua. He's got to beat out Dak as far as the next quarterback to sign, because we are just seeing this trend go up and up and up of Jared Goff, and now it's Trevor Lawrence, of getting paid big-time NFL quarterback money. This is tying a record as far as average per year for Trevor Lawrence, and his guarantees were like over $200 million.
Say that again. Tying a record for Joe Burrow with average money per year for a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence.
For $55 million a year and more than $200 million in guarantees, which is also, I believe, like top 5. So the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love got another victory in waiting a little bit longer to allow the quarterback market to continue to go up. Every time this happens, negotiations shift in Jordan Love's favor. Every time this happened, the price gets a little bit higher. The Packers are the ones who are now concerned. They should be concerned. The price tag keeps on going up, and it's not going down anytime soon. So my first thought was, Jordan Love's about to get paid. And my other thought was, it's been about 6 weeks since the Green Bay Packers were eligible to extend Jordan Love, right? It was like May 4th when he signed his deal last year. So May 3rd, thank you, Strofe. So that 12 months went away. He might have taken 52.5 at that point. If the Packers would have just come to him, deal done, polished, ready to roll, he might have taken 52.5. There is no way on God's green earth that Jordan Love has taken 52.5 today. In 6 weeks, the prices went up to right around 55, maybe more, maybe less. We're going to talk about that. But he's not signing for 52.5 anymore. It keeps going up with every single day that eclipses, and he must. And for the Green Bay Packers' sake, they must sign Jordan Love before Tua and before Dak, or else the price tag's going to get even greater.
Yeah, this is my initial reaction was this is a dang shame. I literally yelled out when I got the text message. I believe you sent me the text message when I was getting ready to leave out for work. I literally said an expletive word because I was like, I know what this means for the Green Bay Packers. And it's great news for Jordan Love, but right now the price has gone up. The Green Bay Packers waited entirely too long to get this deal done. Now I know in Green Bay, Russ Ball, Goody, Mark Murphy, and Matt LaFleur all converged together, and they had a conversation about what is the next step that we ensure that we are the next person in line to sign our franchise quarterback. At this point, we have seen enough information when it comes to contracts. We've been talking about this for months. Jared Goff, when he got his contract, we saw what it was. We said, whoop. That basically sets the bar for where Jordan Love is going to be. Trevor Lawrence, we didn't know when he was going to drop because Trevor Lawrence is a draft class behind Jordan Love, behind Tua. And so with Trevor Lawrence signing at $55 million a year, that right there, though Trevor has done more for his team in the last 4 years in the sense of he's actually been there, he started, he's played, or 3 seasons. Yeah, four seasons.
He's going into his fourth year.
Going into his fourth year, okay. He's done more for his team than Jordan Love has because he just had more time. But his numbers purely have not been as good as Jordan Love when you talk about single season. If I'm Jordan Love, I am salivating. I am excited at the fact that I am about to get a payday. Today is Friday. I don't know about you, Brad. You looked at your bank account. Strofe, you look at your bank account. What hit today?
A paycheck.
Just got paid.
Let's go.
Friday night. That is the song that Jordan Love started to play when he woke up this morning because he's just about to get paid. And it won't be today on a Friday, but one day he will get paid. And he knows for a fact. It is guaranteed.
How do you know when he gets paid?
Oh, I mean, I assume. When do NFL players get paid?
NFL get paid. They get paid like once they sign a contract, the signing bonus hits like a month later, and then you get paid either every week throughout the NFL season or every other week throughout the
Friday?
NFL season. It's just you get paid on the Friday before the game.
There it is. You get paid before the game. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So it's nice. It's nice to see that.
What if you get cut on a Saturday?
If you are on the team Tuesday at 4 p.m., you get paid for that week. Even if they cut you Wednesday, you never play in the game, you get paid.
What if you get cut? Okay, now we're really getting in the weeds here for a moment. What if you get cut at like 4:02 p.m. on Tuesday?
You get paid.
Really?
If you get cut at 3:55, you don't get paid.
Wow.
Yep. And sometimes it can happen in that last minute.
I was going to ask. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
okay, so here's my thing. For KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. I definitely know that we want to hear from you. We want to get your reaction to this deal because Jordan Love is smiling. The Green Bay Packers should be rushing, should be panicking to get something done, and Trevor Lawrence is excited. But as a fan, when you look at this deal, do you think that the Green Bay Packers need to go ahead and sign Jordan Love immediately? Like, is that something that you believe they need to do? Do you now? Is there anybody that still believes that the number 50, if his deal starts with the number 50, that is too high, that is ridiculous? I definitely want to know. I know Brad wants to know where you're at, KBN Nation, when it comes to this deal. The Green Bay Packers, in my view, in my perspective, believe that they need to make sure that they get this deal done ASAP because they truly have allowed for this to go on too long because at this point, the Jaguars, thank you, Brad.
Put some respect on that name.
They beat the Green Bay Packers to the punch. You cannot allow the Miami Dolphins, the other Florida team, one of three, to beat you to the punch next. You cannot allow for that to happen, and you for dang sure can't allow Dak to sign a $60 million deal because then now he sets the new top of the market of what quarterbacks are going to get paid.
Every team that's already signed their quarterback, whether it be yesterday like the Jacksonville Jaguars or 3 years ago like the Buffalo Bills, they're all thankful they already signed them because the price keeps on going up and there's a bit of cost certainty that goes into it. The teams that haven't paid their quarterbacks, they're biting their fingernails. They are stressed. They are concerned about where that price is going to be and what type of bargaining power these quarterbacks have because they really do have all the bargaining power. Here's another thing that fans need to realize. I think everyone's saying with Jordan Love, well, he's under contract this year. Then you can franchise tag him. Then you can franchise tag him again. Technically, that's true. The Packers are in control until then. But think about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
he is drafted. He has another year. He's only played 3. So he's got another year on his contract and a 5th-year option. And then they can also franchise tag him for 2 more years after that. The Jags are in control for 4 more seasons, and they still signed him early. What that says is, 1, for the quarterback market, is you don't even let him get close to free agency. This is the earliest possible that they can sign Trevor Lawrence, and they did that. And 2, if you are including into the equation how much control you have over your quarterback, the Jags have more control. And they still paid him this.
They sure did.
So with Jordan Love, there's no time to waste. You have to get it done soon. And we're going to be 12 months from now, 4 months from now, after Tua and Dak sign, the Packers are going to be thankful they did it right away, if they indeed do it right away. Kyle, if Tua and Dak beat Jordan Love to the punch, I would take Jordan Love over Tua and Dak. Yeah, I would take him over Dak. Tua for sure. I would take him over Dak.
Take him over, yeah.
Dak is going to get close to 60. Tua is going to be right here again. Jordan Love's going to say, okay, now I need 58. I mean, it's just going to keep going up.
So here's the thing. I think you talked about it before. If the Green Bay Packers end up having to pay $58, $59, $60 million because they allowed for Dak to sign, they allowed for a Tua to sign, whose fault is it? Is that the Packers' fault, or is it Jordan Love who's just waiting it out?
It's the Packers' fault. It's the Packers' fault. They know whether they want him as their franchise quarterback. There's a belief not only in the local Wisconsin market, but the national Wisconsin media. They look at Jordan Love, these former quarterbacks and media members of all the kinds say this guy's the dude. He's a top 10 quarterback at least. He's on his way to top 5. He's talented. Mike Tannenbaum saying that he was going to do a complete redraft. He would take Mahomes first. And he would take who second.
We thought he was smoking what they going to be smoking on tomorrow, that Snoop concert.
Yep.
But my goodness, when it comes to
800-990-3776. Say that again.
He's smoking that stuff that Ben Brust is smoking. So, shout out to Ben. Hope you're having fun in Door County.
Shout out to him.
But it's Jordan Love. So there is a national respect. The Packers know if Jordan Love is their franchise quarterback or not. Take out money. They know. The reality is, Goody's already told us. They've already said it's a priority to get Jordan Love signed. He's their guy. They've never been more excited for a young quarterback since a young Aaron Rodgers. So they already know the answer. So what are we waiting for?
Priority or not, the Green Bay Packers are basically costing themselves money. They are. Like, if they wanted to try to be patient, they did not allow the Jared Goff deal to make them feel rushed, but they should have. They should have realized once Jared Goff signed, right? Now you have an opportunity for the Jags, for the Dolphins, for the Cowboys, and the Packers, right, to show how much they value their quarterback. And you allow, and 3 of the 4 of those teams are desperate, if you ask me. The Cowboys are desperate. The Jags are 100% desperate because they ain't had a franchise quarterback since Mark Brunell, and that was in the 90s and early 2000s. And then when you look at the other team that I listed there, now my mind's going blank there.
Yeah.
Oh, when you to Miami, the Dolphins ain't had a starting quarterback since Dan Marino. Right? And so, obviously, when you haven't had a quarterback, when you haven't had somebody leading your franchise that you trust in that's worth paying for, you're talking about 20-plus years, you're going to be desperate. And the Packers have to understand what they're up against. They're up against desperate franchises that have not won much. So when they have a little glimmer of hope at that quarterback position, even if their quarterback's throwing 24 touchdown passes in the season, even if their quarterback can't help but get concussed every season, they're still going to sign him because having somebody that gives you hope is better than having somebody that deserves to be a backup somewhere. That's what the Packers are up against, and you're up against teams that are going to overpay for their quarterback. The Packers have sat here and allowed a team to overpay for Trevor Lawrence because I don't care what anybody says. They overpay for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is good, but he ain't that dang good.
But you say overpay, and I agree. Like those franchises are desperate to be relevant, and they're desperate to have quarterbacks that they haven't had a history of having, unlike the Green Bay Packers. But that's just the price of admission to be relevant. Like, we all agree, you have to have a good to great quarterback to be competitive.
Trevor Lawrence shouldn't be making more than Jared Goff.
But it's not even about that. Like, it's yes or no. Are you a franchise quarterback, yes or no? If yes, this is what you get paid. If no, we're moving on from you. And when you talk about desperation, Kyle, you're totally right. Those teams have been desperate for a long time, and the Green Bay Packers haven't been. But desperation can set in very quickly if you don't have a franchise quarterback. If Jordan Love didn't have the season he just did, and if he was no good, the Packers would be desperate.
That's
the
true.
minute you do not have a franchise quarterback, you are desperate to find one. That's why teams trade eons of draft picks to just hope that whoever they draft in the first round is a franchise quarterback. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you are desperate and you are hungry to get one. Once as you do have one, you should be thankful that you do and joyfully write that check because you are relevant, you are competitive, and you can win a Super Bowl. All those teams, even the Jags. I mean, maybe I have a little bit of black and teal colored glasses,
a lot of black and teal colored glasses.
They're competitive with Trevor Lawrence, right? Without Trevor Lawrence, they're not. And you pay him what he needs to get paid in order to keep that competitive spirit.
Okay, you said they're competitive with Trevor Lawrence, and that makes me want to think a little bit about this, right? Because as we compare, because this whole offseason now is going to be focused on the quarterbacks that are being signed. So we already talked about Jared Goff. We talked about what Trevor Lawrence just got, and now there's 3 other guys left that we're going to be having this discussion about, which is Tua, which is Dak, and Jordan Love. When we take a look at who's going to be part of the story this summer, I want to know which quarterback you would take out of the group of quarterbacks that are the ones that we're talking about with extensions, specifically talking about Love versus Trevor Lawrence, because you being a Jags guy, a little biased towards Trevor, I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. I like to know.
Yeah.
And I want to know as well from KBN Nation, when you start a franchise, when you're drafting on Madden, right? Or you're drafting in your fantasy draft coming up this August, and I'm sure we got some exciting news. Hopefully we'll have some exciting news coming up as well. But who are you drafting first? I want to know. Who's the guy you want to lead your team this year, whether you're playing a video game, whether you're doing fantasy, or whether or not you think you're the general manager of the Green Bay Packers or the Jags? What is the guy that you're drafting first to lead your franchise? And I want to know from the former NFL punter Bradley Nortman when we come back. This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin, and Brad Nortman will let you know how loyal he is to the Jags or how much he loves the Green Bay Packers next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
And I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tomorrow's business leaders are in our classrooms today. With our exciting programs in business, Junior Achievement of Wisconsin ignites the entrepreneurial spirit in young minds through the development of business plans, the study of market needs, and the experience of real-world applications. Help us foster the next generation of innovators. Learn how you can support or get involved in Junior Achievement's entrepreneurship programs at wisconsin.ja.org. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson is ready to get you on the road for all your summer events this riding season. June 15th features a ride from Casper, Wyoming, benefiting Wisconsin Hero Outdoors. Then on June 22nd, Wisconsin Harley-Davidson will have 2 rides from Milwaukee and Iron Ridge, benefiting veterans and the Wisconsin Guardian Foundation. All proceeds go to the Next Guardian Service Dog and Veteran Community Project. For more info, visit WISHD.com or find them on Facebook and search their events. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Are you not able to enjoy this summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the best time for being outdoors, but not if your knees, your shoulders, back, or hips are hurting. Hey, this is Brad Nortman. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting joint pain relief. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your body's own ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue, so you can run, walk, hike, play golf, and move again, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. Stop putting it off. Take action now and live your best life again. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Summer with Saz's. Wonton-wrapped mozzarella sticks, refreshing craft cocktails, crispy sour cream and chive fries, barbecue pulled pork sandwiches, you name it, they've got it. Saz's Steakhouse has been a Milwaukee staple for almost 50 years. So grab your friends and come experience the finest for yourself. Join them on their outdoor patio or pull up a seat at Saz's famous Round Bar. Complimentary shuttles are ready to take you to games and concerts at AmFam Field. Located at 55th and State. Learn more at sazes.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
This is Kevin Van Rossum, president of Three Tree Marketing. If your company is struggling to create a buzz or just looking for a new way to stand out, our team is here to help point you in the right direction. We'll assist you in building your brand and prove we truly know what works. Experts at Three Tree can build a one-of-a-kind gifting experience that can set your brand apart and show how much you value your customers as well as your employees. At Three Tree Marketing, we chase partners, not orders. Visit threetreemarketing.com to learn more about what we can do for you.
See what everyone is talking about at the club at Lac La Belle. The birthplace of golf in Wisconsin has a rich history you will feel upon arrival. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Experience a round at the club at Lac La Belle. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. Looking for more golf? Take advantage of same-day replay rates and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
If you want to hear the real Snoop Dogg, make sure you go to Potawatomi, paysbig.com, to go see the concert tomorrow. Snoop Dogg will be at Potto tomorrow, June 15th. Should be excited about that. Shout out to Potto. Shout out to Pays Big. But this is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. He's Brad Nortman. No Ben Brust today. Ben is up on a boys trip or a family trip up north somewhere.
Got the Brust family and the Scalzo family.
Up north.
Just like old Scalzo and Brust together.
Cool. Just like old Scalzo and Brust together. Boys are together again. But before...
Can I just say...
Yeah, go ahead.
The Friday DJ Stroh.
It's different.
He's a different version, man. He's a different cat. There's Monday through Thursday Stroh, which is already a dialed-in Stroh. Friday Stroh. When DJ Stroh emerges... something special.
It is something special. It's definitely something different. And I'm realizing usually Friday Strofe is coming out when Ben's not here. Ben takes a lot of days off in May and June, I'm starting to figure out. A lot of vacation days. I've been doing
vacation.
Yeah, he makes fun of me for taking quote-unquote days off when I host Mr. Irrelevant, but I have yet to take a day off since I've been in Milwaukee.
You haven't been here long enough to take a day off.
I got bad news.
Oh, no, don't win. Win!
I got a few coming up.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that off air. My goodness, slacker.
2 weeks from today, I'm off.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I feel like I might be going.
Oh, wait, no, 28th. I ended up rescinding that day because I found out that is the day that Ben Brust does his annual shootout at Summerfest, and I want to be on site with you guys for that day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well,
so I actually rescinded a day off for you, Kyle. That's how loyal I am.
That is fantastic. That's what's up. I mean, I love the loyalty to you. Speaking of Summerfest, we'll be live at Summerfest starting next Thursday as well. KBN. We'll be excited. Come on down and see us. But getting back into football, what we're talking about before, Jordan Love is the topic of the conversation, not because he did anything special, but because Trevor Lawrence signed an extension with the Jags where he's going to be paid $55 million per year. Brad said it makes him tied with Joe Burrow for the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. This leads me to ask this question of you, Brad. You're a smart man. You play in the NFL. You also play with some tremendous quarterbacks in the NFL, one better than the other one, but they both were starters in the NFL. They both played in championship games, whether it's the AFC championship game or the Super Bowl with Cam Newton when you were in Carolina. So you've seen great quarterback play. You've seen average quarterback play as well. When you look at the guys that have been in the conversation about extensions and signings, whether it's Trevor Lawrence, whether it's Jordan Love, whether it's Dak Prescott, whether it's Tua, tell me this.
Taking shots at Bortles, Kyle? My guy,
was that a shot at Blake Bortles?
He
led the boat, the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2017 To the AFC Championship.
Can we
It's a
be
really good team, Kyle.
No, let's be real, okay? Brad Nortman, his last year in the NFL punting, his overall, was it your average, your net average? Or what was it?
Well, yes.
Your average was down because Blake Bortles was your quarterback. If Blake Bortles wasn't your quarterback and you didn't have to focus on putting your defense in a position to be successful because of the fact you didn't want your offense to ruin it for the defense, your numbers would have been better. Would they not have been?
That's true.
So you should have soul. You should be upset towards Blake Bortles.
That's Green Bay Packers legend, Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
to
he
you,
was a
Kyle.
Packer.
Green Bay Packers legend.
Blake Bortles did everything he could. It's not his fault that the coaches got tight backsides when they were trying to think about how to game plan. And we were so defensive oriented.
This isn't a Blake Bortles conversation, but I want to ask you this. When Blake Bortles went out there and you guys had a lead, right? What were you thinking? Were you thinking, oh, Blake going to drive us down there to score, or let's see if we can just get some first downs to eat up more time or move the chains to put our defense in a better position?
I was thinking more run heavy. I mean, I love me some Blake Bortles.
Was it Fournette?
It was Fournette, yeah. Fournette, Chris Ivory. He had some dudes.
New York Jets legend Chris Ivory.
Sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So that's my whole point. And that's why Blake Bortles didn't get the respect from me. But I want to know who has your respect when it comes to when you think about the quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, Dak, Tua, or Jordan Love. When you want to start a franchise, right? Which one of these four quarterbacks are you selecting to lead your team for the next 4 to 5 years?
So we're talking about Tua, Dak, Lawrence, Goff, and Love? Are those
you could throw Goff in there. I didn't have Goff in there, but go ahead. Throw him in there because he also set exactly where we think Jordan Love is going to fall in for his contract extension.
You know, look, I think here's what's concerning, which is exactly what I thought when Trevor Lawrence signed his deal. I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence and Tua both below Jordan Love. And Tua, I'm going to throw this out there. I didn't have a whole lot of respect for Tua. I think he's solid. I think he is an incredible system and has unbelievable talent around him with Waddle and Tyreek Hill. The dude puts up some numbers now. He was 9th in MVP voting in 2022. I didn't know that. And he was come back 5th and comeback player of the year last year. So
Brad,
his numbers.
Hold on real quick. You know why you didn't know that?
Why?
Because he took 9th place. Do you know any year who took 9th place in the MVP voting?
Love didn't take 9th last year.
I bet he was top 10.
I don't think he was.
I'm going to look into this. I didn't even know they tracked it that far.
Yeah, they track it. So Tua puts up some numbers. I'm still going to take Love over Tua to start my franchise. I'm taking Love over Trevor Lawrence to start my franchise. Goff and Dak are a little bit in different phases. They're a bit more established. They're each going to be in their 30s next season. I'm going to take Dak over Goff. And I'm not going to lie, between Dak and Love, I'm a little 50-50. If it was one season, I could argue Dak. But if I'm starting a franchise, I would certainly take Love. So we're talking about, I'm going to choose Jordan Love to start my franchise. If I have a 5 to 10 year window over Lawrence, Tua, Goff, and Dak, and if it's one season, the only quarterback I could think of would maybe be Dak, because he has put up some pretty eye-popping numbers. He's led a lot of successful teams, but yeah, he hasn't had a lot of success in the postseason. What that says to me, particularly with Lawrence and Tua, I'm not even sure it's close. With Trevor Lawrence and Tua, those are the guys in Jordan Love's cohort. Those are the young futures of the NFL, and I think Jordan Love has a gap above them that's pretty significant, which makes me think he is likely going to get more than Trevor Lawrence, and why he has to beat Tua to the punch, because Tua is likely going to get more as well. Tua's had a better career so far than Trevor Lawrence. So this is why the Packers need to activate right now. Call up Jordan Love, say, what's it going to take? You want to be 55.5? We'll give you 55.5, because you know what? He'll be the highest paid quarterback for all of 3 months before he gets leapfrogged again. So they just got to suck it up and do it, because to me, Jordan Love, he's the one I'd start my franchise with.
Listen, Brad, I was patient. I listened to everything you had to say, but it was this easy. Jordan Love, it's Jordan Love. You already know it's Jordan Love. I know it's Jordan Love. Now, clearly, I have a little bit of bias towards Jordan Love, but here, I'm going to let you know, my bias was only affirmed when people like Brad go out to go, mosey with the NFL.
Rub shoulders in league circles.
Yeah, rub shoulders with league circles at the NFL training camp for broadcasters that they had out in L.A. a couple months ago. When they come back and they tell you how good Jordan Love is, it gets me excited. When people Like Mike Tannenbaum talk about the fact that when it comes after Pat Mahomes, he's drafting Jordan Love. That gets me excited. When people around the NFL are excited about Jordan Love, when we signed Josh Jacobs and him talking about that dude, that number 10, that Jordan Love, he was pretty good. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here. When you hear people say things like that, that gives you confidence in Jordan Love. No knock on Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence, his numbers have been pedestrian. They've been average. They've been okay. He hasn't been that significant of a quarterback when it comes up to putting up big numbers
and losing record with the team.
But here, I understand they feel like they have an opportunity with him, so they locked him up. Tua's not a bad quarterback. I feel like he's a hidden gem. But again, can he win big games, right? That's the thing that you're worried about. When you look at Dak Prescott, we know Dak Prescott can't win big games. We've seen him on the other side against the Green Bay Packers multiple times, lose to the Green Bay Packers at home in Dallas. The Packers have more wins against the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs than the Cowboys have wins at home, I believe, in Cowboy Stadium. So let that sink in, or at least the Packers for sure have won more games in Dallas when you add in the Super Bowl championship as well. The bottom line is this. Jared Goff, tremendous quarterback, great quarterback. We'll see what he can do. Like, he's gotten to a Super Bowl. He kind of redeemed himself with Detroit. But when you look at the future of the NFL, and you look at the future of the Green Bay Packers, and you look at the potential talent in Jordan Love, there is not one guy on this list that did more with less like Jordan Love did. All these guys have number one receivers on their roster. You think about the Miami Dolphins. They have two number one receivers. The Cowboys have C.D. Lamb. Trevor Lawrence, he had Calvin Ridley last year. His numbers are only okay. Jared Goff just got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who got signed to a huge contract. I mean, go back to the Jags. Christian Kirk got a big contract a couple years ago. Jordan Love is playing with a whole bunch of first-year and second-year guys. Jordan Love did more with less. This is why I am saying Jordan Love is a quarterback that I want to start my franchise with when it comes to the guys in this offseason that are going to get paid big money.
So you know that. I know that. I think most of KBN Nation and most of the national media knows that. What that tells me is the Packers are screwed.
Yes, they are. And you say screwed. I want to say a different word, but I can't say, forget you, Chris Kyle. I don't know.
I mean, that's about as eloquently as I could imagine putting it. But, I mean, screwed is a relative term because obviously they have this great quarterback. So that, like I've been saying for a while now, they should be jumping for joy as they're writing these big checks. But from a financial standpoint, they have made a mistake in waiting this long.
Yes,
they should have got this done on May 5th. They should have said, here's $53 million, May 5th, and here you go, and get him signed up. Jordan, if we know this, then Jordan Love knows this. He's going to be saying the same thing to the Green Bay Packers, and they're going to have no rebuttal for it. So the Packers need to work right now in order to get this done. There is literally no time to waste. Forget getting this done by training camp. We need to get this done before Dak and before Tua in order for the Packers to salvage any kind of financial prudence as they make this deal.
800-990-3776. This is a big day. This is a big day for the Green Bay Packers because I think Packers fans now understand what you're going to be paying. For all the naysayers that think he hasn't done enough, for all the naysayers that say $50 million is too much, listen, you can feel whatever way you want to feel, but at the end of the day, Brad has told you, the Packers are going to have to pony up, they're going to have to pay, and they're going to only pay more if they continue to wait. But what we want to know, 800-990-3776. When you look at the four quarterbacks out there, or we can have it on Twitter X on KBN at KBN on at KBN ESPN. Is that what it is, Strofe? Thank you. At KBN ESPN on Twitter X. We have a poll up there.
Hold on a minute. We're not just going right past that.
I mean,
this show has been around for 10 months. You've had the same Twitter handle.
I sit back and I relax, okay? I barely even know my dang Twitter name.
Show and ESPN. It's KBN ESPN.
I want you to know when people ask me what my Twitter name is, I have to pause for a second and remember what it is. It's ESPN Kyle W, correct?
Yes.
Correct. I have to pause. Because on so many other things, I use a different Instagram handle for my personal Instagram page.
Oh, what is it?
It's KWall1224. I have no issue saying that. I mean, what it is. I literally go by KWall. That's what people used to call me, is KWall.
Really?
So, KWall. Yeah, that's what it is.
KWall, Brust and Nortman has a ring to it.
Can I call you KWall?
I mean, if you want to. A lot of people.
Or is that friends only?
No, I mean.
No. We are friends to him. I don't think Ben is. So I think you and I should just start referring to him as KWall. And then when Ben returns on Monday, he's going to be confused as hell on what KWall is.
It would be a little odd for y'all to say that, but it is what it is. So that's why,
Why odd?
it's a high school thing. Like people who I met in high school call me that. So like that's what I'm used to. So when I hear in other places, it's like, who are you? Oh, okay. But yeah, it's a little different. But you do what you want to do. But that's why I struggle with trying to remember that thing. But definitely at KBN ESPN, we have a Twitter poll up right now. Which quarterback are you taking to start a franchise with? Who is the one that you want to go with? Would it be Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, or Dak? Which one of those quarterbacks are you signing for to start your franchise? We have a lot of people on the talking text line who are calling out what the Packers' next move should be. We'll definitely get there. We want to hear from you as well. Definitely hit us up at 800-990-3776 on the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. Do not forget to stream us live on YouTube. Go to ESPN Milwaukee or ESPN Madison on YouTube. Brad is in the chat right now going at people, talking to people. We want to hear from you. But coming up next, we'll continue to have a conversation talking about Jordan Love. And maybe we'll have a little bit from Alex Strope becoming relevant. We'll talk about that and so much more. Keep it locked where you are listening to ESPN Wisconsin. You're listening to KBN.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby gonna get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher. Summer is here, but if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Golfers, listen up. It's Gabe Neitzel from On the Tee, and we are heading to Scotland with our friends at Wisconsin Golf Trips. That's right, Scotland. You can join myself and Stephen Watson as we head overseas to play some of the best courses in the world. This package includes green fees, lodging, transportation, and more. But there are only a limited amount of spots available, so sign up now. For information on the trip and a link for paying, you can text GOLF right now to the ESPN Milwaukee talking text line at 800-990-3776. That's GOLF to 800-990-3776.
The big gig is almost here. Make sure you're tuned into ESPN Milwaukee every day for a chance to win tickets to Summerfest. And when you're out at Summerfest, stop by the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone to meet the ESPN Milwaukee team and to win prizes. The fun starts June 20th on the lake.
Summerfest 2024, presented by the Mukwonago Lions Club, is this weekend. Enjoy live music daily with youth baseball and softball games, plus a horseshoe tournament on Saturday. Bring your family to Field Park in Mukwonago as summer is here. Enjoy carnival rides, food, drinks, fireworks, and even free parking. Conclude the weekend with Sunday's parade at noon, followed by the Classic Car Show. Make plans this weekend to attend the Mukwonago Lions Club Summerfest 2024 at Field Park, Highways 83 and NN in Mukwonago.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as I tried writing this radio commercial on my phone, that darn autocorrect always seemed to give me fits. Which got me thinking, if you're looking for a stress-free, painless, wow, that was easy home mortgage process, give Great Midwest Bank a try. Find an experienced loan officer at greatmidwestbank.com to guide you to a state of tranquility. Yeah, autocorrect would have never caught that one. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and curbless, ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin just continues to deliver. It's beautiful outside. It'd be a perfect day to go ahead and roll open that window, let the fresh breeze come in. But it's not always going to be. It was hot yesterday. You want to keep that cold, air-conditioned air inside. And when it rains, like it's inevitably going to do, you want to keep that rain out. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin will protect your home and make it look beautiful as it does. Ben and I visited the showroom. The amount of innovative products they have, it's mind-blowing. I mean, the shades between the glass, you've got all these different ways to open windows. I mean, there's completely customizable size, color, whatever it is. My mind is still blown from what I saw. You need to go check out the showroom, and you need to finally take action to replace those old windows and doors with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time than right now. I mean, the month of June is flying by. And this deal will end on June 30th. And this deal is 0% interest for 48 months. 4 years of 0% interest. I'm a finance guy. I don't know how they offer that. I really don't. But they're letting you be the beneficiary of that good deal. You can get your premium Pella product today, and you can pay with 0% interest for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com today for your opportunity to increase the value of your home, decrease energy costs with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, baby.
That is Brad Nortman. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today, and this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. And we are having just a upbeat, vibrant, and strong conversation about Trevor Lawrence signing a huge extension that's going to pay him $55 million a year. And we are getting input from KBN Nation, that is you, on your reaction to Trevor Lawrence signing this deal and what it means for the Green Bay Packers. In one word, Brad said the Packers are
screwed.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would agree with the fact that is where the Packers are. But 800-990-3776, you all are definitely hitting us up with your reactions to the Packers' failure to re-sign Jordan Love before Trevor Lawrence got the extension. Chef Ed said, listen, please don't let the stupidity of others affect your decision. I think that's interesting. And so if you think this is a stupid decision to extend Trevor Lawrence, that's fine. But it is what it is, right, Brad?
It is what it is. And that's the thing I think I want people to realize is that the Packers are at the whim of the quarterback market. We had some commentary on our YouTube stream saying, look, you guys need to relax. That Russ Ball for the Green Bay Packers, the guy that negotiates these contracts, he's one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
That may be true, but the Packers are completely at the whim of the quarterback market. There is no more important position in all of sports. There is no more valuable position in all of sports. And this value just keeps on going up. The Packers don't have leverage. That's a fact. They do not have a lot of leverage because a team is desperate for a quarterback like Jordan Love. And that's why also on YouTube, AFAM Rolfs, I love this comment, the window for a team family deal is over.
Yeah, it is.
It's over.
Yeah.
And so the Packers just need to accept that it's over. You're not going to get a deal. The best thing you can do now is sign a deal that's going to be top of the market, and it's going to look like a deal in a few years.
Hindsight is 20/20. I know that's cliche, right? Boy, had the Packers just waited until the regular season last year, picked up his fifth-year option, and then just waited to the regular season and then extended him, they would have saved themselves millions. Millions.
If you did the fifth-year option, you are allowed to then sign, right? Because it's part of the same contract and it's not an extension. So if the Packers didn't do this little bridge deal and instead did the fifth-year option, even in December, they could have started negotiations and could have gotten the deal done by February, maybe gotten them for
Aaron Rodgers,
$49.50.
Aaron Rodgers signed during the regular season when I believe that was the 2008 season. Correct me if I'm wrong, Strofe, 2008 or 2009 season, one of the two. And he signed the extension during the season, right? And we talked about after 8 weeks, they signed the extension. And then also remember when Mark Murphy said, we should know something after 8 weeks. And I'm sure he was using his frame of reference of when the guy before Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, signed his. We should know by week 8.
And let's be clear, this is a good problem to have, right? I mean, this is a good problem to have. It's a problem that almost all NFL franchises would love to have. But the longer you wait, the more painful it's going to get. I think that is the clear message when it comes to Brian Gutekunst, Russ Ball, and the Green Bay Packers is Jordan Love, he has every reason to just continue to wait it out, continue to keep the price high because he deserves it and he's going to get it. The Green Bay Packers need to end this negotiation and end it now before it gets even worse.
You missed out on your chance to get a deal like Aaron Rodgers did. He signed in 08 for $22 million a year. Now, it's not that. But, again, Jordan Love would have signed in the regular season. He definitely probably would have been closer to Daniel Jones type money between $40 and $45 million. Because we thought Tausch was crazy when he said $50 million. We thought it was crazy. When we played the Yodel game, he said $50 million. We said, what? And even Rob Domofsky said $30-something million, right? And we're talking about he could potentially get double than what Rob initially thought. But also on the talking text line, 800. Yeah, I was wrong. I yodeled and stopped at 45.
Do you remember when we first played the Yodel game, I think I stopped at 43.5. That looks like pocket change right now compared to what these quarterbacks are getting and what Jordan Love's likely going to get.
Yeah, he's going to get paid.
It's funny how Kyle referenced the Aaron Rodgers extension from back in 2008. He averaged $22 million a year, and that was a big extension at the time.
But you have to look at it in relation to the cap. I think that was like 18% of the cap.
The cap is crazy different now.
Yeah.
It's doubled in like 5 years.
And I think 18% of the cap now is like roughly the mid-50s. So it's continued to go up. And quarterback contracts may have outpaced and gone to a bigger chunk of the cap.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that NFL is making more and more money, man.
They sure are. But on the talking text line, I thought this was interesting from Dave from Aaron. He said, also, let's put it this way. The Packers just lost the amount of money per year that they could have paid to retain Aaron Jones. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, that is an interesting way to look at it. And Strofe just said in my ear, $59 million is 18% of the cap.
Yep.
So there you
look
go.
at that. So I mean, maybe 59 ain't too far out
for
the realm of possibility.
I did that math, so hopefully it's right.
I trust you, Strofe.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Not when it comes to math.
I trust Strofe. And also, Dave and Aaron also said this is an epic failure from the Green Bay Packers, which it could be.
And that's what I want to know. Does anybody out there think the Packers are doing this right? Like that, you know what? Waiting is good. I like the fact that the Packers are waiting. And to let the chips fall as they may, whatever that looks like. Does anybody out there think that that's the case? I don't think anybody in this room thinks that, right? That the Packers should have signed him yesterday, and the fact that he's not signed, they should sign him today. We're all in agreement of that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I would just love if you think that's the case. If you think the Packers are doing everything right and they're right to not sign him and they're right to be patient, I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, 800-990-3776. If you believe the Packers are doing everything right, definitely want to hear from you because I don't see how anybody thinks they're doing everything right because the only opposite I would say is that would be people who would be like, we don't think the Packers should pay him this much money, so they should be holding out to negotiate a lower amount of money. Daniel the Sloth said, I do think it's pretty stupid that we're going to pay a quarterback that has won 10 games and not ever been in a Super Bowl and is going to make more money than a guy who's guaranteed Hall of Famer and a 3-time Super Bowl champion. It's pretty stupid. And that's the backside, right? That's the other side that people put out there.
The reality is, though, that's the deal that Patrick Mahomes signed. He signed a 10-year, $500 million deal, which, look, that's pretty team-friendly for Kansas City Chiefs, but that's not what the quarterback market is. You pay someone for what their skill level is and what they are going to do over the course of that contract. You don't pay for someone for what they've already done. You pay for someone and you structure the contract for what they will do in the future. And everything is saying that Jordan Love will do all the things that will set a team up for success, make them a Super Bowl contender, and maybe even get that Super Bowl.
I mean, we'll see, definitely. But I do have a question for you, Brad. Do you think Jordan Love would ever think about hitting the jaywalker with his car?
If he's anything like me, he absolutely would, and he would be tempted to engage in a vicious crime.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I want to hear more about this vicious crime that you may want to do. You got to listen and keep it locked because Brad's going to talk about vicious crimes he's been conspiring on here next on KBN on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again.
What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that.
Can we make a rule for Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
You're a good producer.
Is it no Evan?
No Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after your round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Grab a Coke and grab some cash with a Coca-Cola Summer Cash Grab, only from Quick Trip. Play daily in your Quick Rewards app for a chance to win up to $250,000. Earn extra chances to enter by purchasing any qualified Coke, Monster Energy, Powerade, Body Armor, Smart Water, or Core Power Elite products with Quick Rewards. Summer just got a whole lot cooler with Quick Trip and Coca-Cola. No purchase necessary. See QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm here with Dr. Rick Papandrea. I hear so much about the subspecialties here at OAW. What does that really mean, and how does that differentiate OAW surgeons from others?
The main difference, I think, for us is a subspecialization that we don't just participate in, but we really embrace. Everybody who's here has done extra training beyond the normal 5 years to have a subspecialty. But we don't just dabble in that subspecialty, we focus in it. So if there's a problem in the group, a patient has an issue that's very specific, a provider might realize that issue needs the attention of that subspecialist. So what we do is we make sure the focus is on the patient, and we get that patient to the provider that has that subspecialty focus. I think a lot of surgeons and providers will have a focus, but they will do it when they can and do it when it's convenient. But for us, it's really the priority.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
This is KBN on ESPN ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. He's Brad Nortman, and that is DJ Alex Schroff. Holding it down on the ones and twos for us. When you make it as a DJ, I'm going to follow behind you. I'm be a hype man.
I'm totally DJing Brust sweating. You can be my hype man with the mic that goes DJ Stroke.
No, I want to go to Vegas with you so I can be part. You be like Paulie D, and I'll be like everybody else.
I saw a dude that looked like a crumbly DJ Paulie D out on the sidewalk the other day.
Oh, wow. That's pretty
crumbly.
He was kind of jacked, but he looked crumbly. Like
I've never heard that described.
I don't have a better word.
He didn't have lip filler and injection in his cheeks like Paulie did.
Oh. He had lip filler, I think.
Oh, wow.
And he had like a lot of hair, but he was an older dude.
Oh, okay.
And I was just walking. I was walking with the lady. And we were like, that looks like a really old Paulie D.
We'll see what Paulie D looks like in a couple years. But I really want to get to
Crumbly.
this. Crumbly. I want to get to this, though. Brad, I don't take you as an aggressive guy. You said you haven't been in too many fights. So whenever you say that you're willing to consider hitting someone with a vehicle and premeditated hitting someone with a vehicle because they're simply walking across the street, I need to know more.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of emotional suppression that one must do to not allow that to have those thoughts come into fruition. But yeah, no, there's a grievance I need to put out there. And I'd love KBN Nation's thoughts on this. Look, when you're driving down a street and someone's clearly jaywalking, I'm talking about right smack dab in the middle between a city block, which is the situation that I was in. I'm driving my car. I got nothing but green lights in front of me.
Okay? Oh, I love that.
I'm a couple blocks away from our building. Nothing but green lights, so I'm rolling, right? I know how the lights change. I know nothing's going to, just pop into red and whatever. So I'm rolling. And not even at the crosswalk, but right in the middle of the city block, somebody just starts jaywalking. And my car it's a fair distance away, but it's not that far. And this individual just keeps leisurely walking through the street. And I mean leisurely. And it's so much so that I had to stop my car. Like I had to hold on to the brakes and get to the point where I'm like basically in idle. And there was no sense of urgency from this jaywalker, right? So it led me to believe, I want to pose a question out there. And look, I don't care if you're jaywalking. I jaywalk, right? No problems. But when I jaywalk, when I proudly jaywalk,
allegedly, I want you to get a ticket.
I do the, I do like the pro jog. That's kind of like where you're doing like one of these. You show like you're giving, maybe you give a wave.
Yeah,
you
pick up the speed, right?
Yeah, you pick up the speed.
You're not running, but you're like, pep to your steps.
A little fake hustle.
A little fake hustle. Get on the hop, right? That's what all the coaches say.
On the hop.
Hey, on the hop. Come on, now let's go on the hop.
On the hop.
On the hop. And this gentleman, no hop in him. None. No sense of urgency. Completely leisurely. And so I want to know, like, who is it more on when somebody is jaywalking? Is it more on the car to slow down and let the passenger go? Or is it more on the jaywalker to make sure that they got a little bit of pace behind them and move through the street? Because I'm of the firm belief that it is on the jaywalker that they are the ones that's doing something illegal. But let's be honest, it's jaywalking. But even in societal norms, you gotta hustle. You gotta hustle if you're walking through the street. These are cars. On the hop now. On the hop. Yeah. And it's on the jaywalker to do it. You know what? My anger did not go through the car into the person. I stopped and no wave, no nothing from the guy. But I thought for a minute, you know what? This is completely on the jaywalker. If you're jaywalking, you better hustle. The cars are going to stop, but it's less on the cars needing to stop. It's more on the jaywalker to make sure you hustle through the street. And I didn't experience that one bit.
So listening to you talk actually made my blood pressure boil and go high.
Oh, good.
And I legitimately have to stop myself. When I am driving in a car and literally driving on the road to me, I was telling y'all this yesterday. Somebody literally slowed down. The light went yellow and they slowed down and stopped. And I said, what are you doing? So you can only imagine. If I'm sitting here making a left turn or I'm supposed to go straight because I have green and somebody's walking across the street and not on the hop walking across the street, slowly walking across the street where I have to slow down. Oh, I would be furious. I literally happened last week. I was turning. Matter of fact, I might have been a passenger in the car, and this is what I do because I'm crazy. I'm a passenger in the car, and if somebody's making a left turn, if you're in the way, you know what I'm doing? I'm reaching over. Beep, beep. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out the way. That is one of my biggest annoyances is when people think they run the street and just like, oh, yeah, well, no. If you are going to walk across the street when there's a green light, you're going to do something that's demented and stupid like that, you need to at least put a pep in your step and walk your behind across the street quickly, swiftly. Don't sit here and mess up traffic because you want to do your own thing. I say it. Listen, if you get hit doing that, that's on you, buddy. That is on you. I have no sympathy for anybody who walks across the street when they do not have the white man telling them to walk. When it says orange hand that says stop, you need to stop. If you decide to walk when it says stop, that's on you. If you get hit by a car, that's on you. Green means go for me. Orange means stop for you.
If that person that ends up walking when that red hand says stop, if they at least go with some pace, or if they do like one of the waves where it's like, oh, shoot, my bad, do you at least kind of, does your blood pressure go down?
Hey, acknowledgement, right? If you just acknowledge, just like if somebody.
Hey, my bad.
Exactly.
On the hop.
Exactly. If you cut somebody off or you're trying to get over and you speed up and the person lets you in, you're like, and they let you in, what do? You wave back and say thank you. Yep. Or if you almost swerve and hit somebody and you tap your chest and say, my bad, you acknowledge it, right? If the person doesn't acknowledge the stupidity that they are participating in, then you should hit on that horn and beep, and you should mug them. And matter of fact, if I wasn't working on myself and calm myself down, because listen, I've been told, Kyle, you got to calm down. You got to chill.
No.
You got to chill.
Really?
No, come on, Kyle, stop.
Oh, wow. Maybe I really need to do some more self-reflecting, huh?
You just said, and I quote, I'm crazy. As a passenger, I lean over and honk the horn. Yeah. Maybe you need to calm the hell down, pal.
It's annoying. They need to be smarter. But yes, that's what I do.
Bradley,
I'm working on myself.
Inquiring minds wonder, and I'm not referring to Kyle's craziness. On the text line, 800-990-3776, Michael in Middleton says, Bradley, how old was the jaywalker?
They were probably.
It's a good question.
That's a great question. They were probably 50s.
All right, so
they know too much.
Do you think they're too old to have a little hop of this stuff?
No, heck no.
Listen, if this was an elderly gentleman or woman, I would have no problem. I would get out of the car.
They're still jaywalking.
No. That makes me more mad because the elderly person should know if they have the walk, when that little walk symbol starts to pulsate, because you're running out of time, that means you need to get your back on the corner, and this ain't their time to go.
Yeah.
Okay? So, no, old people can get it, too.
But they can't. But
better hop they behind with that walker, better hop that walker across the street.
The old people can't work on a hop. This guy was able-bodied, and it was a choice. It was a choice to walk at that pace with no hand, no nothing. If you're a jaywalker, look, I get it. I'm cool with it. Be on the hop. And give me a wave. That's all I need.
There's nothing worse than able-bodied individuals that are slackers. And that person walking across the street, able-bodied, that's a trigger word for me. When you say able-bodied, that's a trigger word for me because that means you are able to do everything everybody else can. You just choose not to. 800-990-3776. If you agree with Brad, basically, jaywalkers, if you are going to walk across the street, you need to have a pep in your step. Do not slow down traffic on your own stupidity. As Strofe said, you're a moron. We'll have more coming up next. Keep it locked. This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin.
The hottest deals of the season are going on now, exclusively at the Kunis Auto Group's Drive into Summer Sales Event. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. From both Buick and GMC, all marked down to our lowest prices of the season. We're offering drive into summer savings and discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 2,500 vehicles on lot and online. While online, check out dozens of drive into summer service specials on everything from brakes, tires, to oil changes. Plus, in June, with any new truck or SUV test drive, you'll automatically be entered to win a brand new Jayco travel trailer from Kunis RV.
Perfect sunny day.
All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships in Greenfield and Oak Creek. It's the Kunis Auto Group's exclusive June Drive into Summer Sales Event. You'll love it too when you make the summer road trip
Perfect sunny day.
to shopkunis.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Because now at Staples, you can save up to $50 on your print purchase. From posters and flyers to signs and menus, Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. And with Staples Print Perfect Guarantee, it's done right or it's printed again free. Plus, same-day service is available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. Get it printed right at Staples. And now get up to $50 off your print purchase. And 7/6, visit staples.com/print for details.
Father's Day is this Sunday, so now's the time to save on the perfect gift at Macy's Father's Day sale. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take 25% off great gift ideas. Or shop Father's Day specials, like 50 to 60% off designer suits, blazers, and pants, and 40% off belts, wallets, and travel accessories. Plus, find watches from Citizen, Bulova, Seiko, and more. Give love today at Macy's Father's Day sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Passenger in the car, and this is what I do because I'm crazy. I'm a passenger in the car, and if somebody make a left turn, they like, if you're in the way, you know what I'm doing? I'm reaching over. Beep, beep, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out the way. As I hear that, there may be some validity to this craziness that I may have. That does sound a little crazy to reach across somebody else's lap and honk the horn.
Oh, just a little?
Yeah. That's a little excessive.
Yeah.
I see why people would get annoyed with me by that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's me. It's me. This is KBN on
self-reflection.
ESPN. Yeah, the self-reflection is important. Very, very important.
Maybe it's me.
There's a song by Taylor Swift, right?
There is.
Is it? I don't really like Taylor Swift, but maybe
it's
I
me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah.
Maybe I should listen to that as I do some self-reflection. But right now, we got to deliver for KBN Nation. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Brust, but luckily for you, you have Bradley Nortman, the longtime NFL punter, Wisconsin punting legend, and also Brookfield Central legend with us today. And then we also have Alex Strofe, a.k.a. DJ Strofe, holding it down. And it has been a heavy conversation talking about the news that broke yesterday that Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, just received, I believe, $275 million contract. It was a 5-year, $275 with like $140-some million guaranteed. Can be up to $200 million guaranteed. But the key point is this. He's going to be making $55 million per year. $55 million per year. And shout out to Rutledge and Hamilton as well, because they had a quite the poll yesterday, Brad, right? They put something out after they found out what it was, and it was with $55 million a year, will Love get more or less than that, right? And when we look at it, we've talked about, whether or not we want Love to get that, but truly, do you believe Love will get more than that?
Yeah, shout out to Rutledge and Hamilton for that question. Albeit we are the more handsome show, and we sussed that out yesterday on the show.
100%. You, Ben, myself.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna say we're hunks, but again, if we did a poll,
I haven't heard the word hunk in 20 years.
If we polled the office for shows in ESPN Wisconsin, I'm pretty sure now you add a little young Strofe in there. I mean, he might be a string bean, but there's some women who find him attractive.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a runaway first place for us.
What the hell was that?
That was a throwaway compliment.
What? No, you're
That's completely backhanded.
You're obviously
He's a string bean. There's some women possibly that might maybe a little bit find him attractive.
There are. I mean, yes, there are some women who find you attractive.
That's what I heard.
There are women that find him attractive.
I can attest. That's true.
You haven't hit that manhood look yet, right? Like you know how.
Kyle, I could grow a way better beard.
It's not about that, right? But when I walk around and I dress right, when a younger woman sees me, they see, oh, look at that, he look like a zaddy. When they see Brad dress up, a zaddy, somebody who can take good care of them.
Nobody
right?
has ever called you a zaddy.
That is a lie. I may have been called zaddy this week.
Called you a zaddy.
I have been called zaddy before. Come on now.
Zaddy or daddy?
Zaddy.
Does your girl call you daddy?
No. She thinks that's grotesque because she has a father.
That is grotesque.
That is disturbing. I hate
but zaddy is something different. Yeah, but your boy's been called zaddy before. What I'm saying is this. I have zaddy energy. Brad has zaddy energy. Ben has zaddy energy. You just got, hey, I'm just a young guy out here living my best life.
Define
right?
zaddy.
Zaddy is this. All right, here's the thing.
I don't know if I should be offended or not. I'm not even sure.
Brad, if you dressed up, to the nine, right, looking good, and you decide to go on, I don't know, Water Street. Where do the young kids go? MLK, 3rd Street. You decide to go to one of these little bars out here, right? And you walked in women in there would say, ooh, who is that? There's a little bit different swag to him. He look kind of grown. He look kind of sexy. He look like he got a little something to him. They would go up to you, twirl their hair, and see what's up, right? Because you have zaddy energy. When they see Strofe and he goes out, he's just one of them. We're zaddies.
No. I get to twirl the hair, too.
Oh, you get to twirl the hair because they're attracted to you. They don't see zaddy. They don't see dollar signs. They don't see, oh, he seems so mature.
So
they don't see
you're
that
just saying Brad's rich and that's why women like him.
No.
But you're saying
It's like
I'm hot women,
is this the new sugar daddy?
Yes. I mean, not quite. I'm just saying, but like we have that energy, right? When people see us, the young women under, I would say 24 would say, oh, wow, look at that older, mature-looking gentleman. He's handsome.
So what are they saying when they see Strofe?
Let me see if this guy can buy me a drink. He's kind of cute. That's what they would say. They didn't say, oh, he looks like a say. He's just cute. He's kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
That's what they say.
You think I'm ugly.
I didn't say you're ugly. You're a handsome gentleman. I said,
you think I'm ugly.
You are not, Strofe, you are not ugly. You're a handsome gentleman.
Yeah, but you're saying that out of spite.
No, I'm not saying you're a handsome gentleman. What do you mean?
You said I'm kind of cute, which means I'm like a 5 out of 10.
I'm saying that's
okay. Rate me out of 10, Kyle. What am I out of 10?
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't even think I'm a 10 out of 10. So I mean, just like,
well, yeah. Who's a 10 out of 10?
I'm at a 10 out of 10. I would say Strofe, you're a 7. You're a solid 7. On your best day, you're probably a 7.5.
7 is very respectable.
It is. When he dresses nicely, he's definitely a 7.
How am I dressed today?
Like a little bummy, but here's the thing.
It's very DJ Friday vibes.
It is.
I'm wearing khakis. I got dress shoes on or nice shoes on.
Those aren't nice shoes.
I can't.
Those are tennis shoes.
They got khaki in them though.
You're wearing khaki shorts and a hoodie. Or is it khaki
Those are
pants?
all right shoes now.
Oh, yeah, I guess those are pretty nice.
Strofe, I would love to see you clean up, like really clean up. Because, I mean, when you get dressed up, you're still a young guy. Like, you don't love wearing suits,
I'm standing up at a wedding in August.
You don't want to be a zaddy at 25, do you?
No, you don't want to be a zaddy at 25.
Yeah, so Strofe's right on pace.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine.
When
He's
do I want to
fine.
be a zaddy?
You want to be a zaddy in your 30s. I mean, you're not a zaddy, I mean, unless you're single. A zaddy in the 30s is fine. Like, Brad won't be a zaddy because he's married.
That's true.
I mean, unless he goes out by himself. Some women, I mean, doesn't matter because they can say whatever they want, but he's a committed man.
That's true.
They can say, "Oh, wow, he's a zaddy over there."
Interesting. So if zaddy is ideal in your 30s, what's ideal in your 20s? Just being like a boss, like just being like a slayer.
I think I'm bad at.
I'm just making stuff up.
No, that's pretty accurate.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah, that is
Slayer. You know when I hear Slayer, I think of Halo. Does anybody else think of Halo?
No, I thought of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, I think of the band Slayer.
Oh, wow. We think of all 3 different things, huh?
It's amazing. But yeah, being a Slayer, that would probably be a compliment in your 20s.
You know, I didn't think
Strofe
today
Slayer?
I would hear Brad say Slayer 10 times.
You're going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, stop. 800-990-3776. I don't know where in the world we are going with this.
Friday energy, baby.
A lot of
Friday energy.
A lot of people are asking, what in the world is a zaddy? I say Google it. Google zaddy. I'm telling you, I don't know what pops up when you Google it, but I guarantee you when you Google zaddy, you'll see what a zaddy is.
My favorite part of this last segment was Kyle's internal narrative of what girls are thinking when they see a zaddy. Where you said, like, I got to see what's up.
Yes.
Like that stream of consciousness was one of my favorite parts of this segment.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
it's impressive. I mean, it's impressive.
No, that's what happens. But here, just really quickly, we can put a bow on this and get back into Jordan Love at some point. A zaddy is a sexually attractive man, especially an older one, who is fashionable and charismatic.
Okay. That's a pretty attractive package right there.
I know. And when I went to the White House, I knew I looked like a zaddy out there. I knew it. I just knew it.
The website I'm on says it's comparable to calling a man Poppy or Daddy.
Oh, wow.
Ew. Poppy?
That's Miami. That's Miami talk.
That is. I guess I have technically heard that.
Exactly. I'm definitely a zaddy.
Is there a female version of zaddy?
Are you a Poppy?
No, I'm not a Poppy. I'm not Hispanic. I feel like Poppy is like Hispanic.
Okay.
Like Big Poppy.
Is there a female version of zaddy?
I don't know. A cougar? I don't.
Zami?
I know.
That's disturbing. I feel
mommy. People say, "Hey, little mommy." Like I don't know. This is.
You should take a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're going in a different. I don't know. All I know is I'm a zaddy.
It'll be a
well-received
zaddy break.
I promise you, KBN Nation, we will get back into talking about not Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, and contract situation. But I got to tell you about this. I absolutely love playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And listen, I understand the NBA might be coming to an end, but you have so many other things that you can do. Right now, U.S. Open, you can play on that as well. But you got to download the game in order for you to win real money. And it's so easy to do. This is how you play it. You pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. You select higher or lower on those player stats. And if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yes, 100 times your money. Don't wait. Actually play, watch the results come in, and I'm telling you, it's so much more fun watching sports while you're playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So download it today by using your mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. That's UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Plus, they will give you a deposit offer. I'm telling y'all this right now. Get in the game today with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And remember, use promo code KBN. It must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Is that when I look at this, I love the fact that we do have Josh Jacobs, but let's be hesitant. We need to make sure that Josh Jacobs' best days aren't behind him and the best days are still in front of him because he has a lot of mileage on him already.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We got to slow down on the Rock Freeway headed into the hail. Heavy traffic, and part of the problem might be a closure on 43 northbound to 894 north. That's in the middle of the hail. That is the ramp closed because of a crash. Looks like that's affecting the Rock Freeway traffic, and it is bumper to bumper all the way back almost to Beloit Road. Other than that, we got our usual suspects on a Friday afternoon. 43 southbound is slow between Silver Spring and Capitol. Northbound between the Marquette Interchange and Locust Street. 94 westbound is bumper to bumper through the Menominee Valley into the Stadium Interchange. That'll cost you a couple minutes off your drive. And 894 westbound is about 5 minutes slow coming out of the Mitchell through the construction zone all the way to 60th. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. And taking a look at your forecast for tonight, mostly clear and comfortable. A low of 56. Saturday, partly cloudy. We do have a slight chance of afternoon showers and a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
And he's got a bunch of little yellow things falling all over his table. He's smart, Tausch. Tausch, you okay over there?
So, typically you see, those helicopters that spin off trees. I thought that's what these were, but these look like if Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was having cornflakes.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here from Kyle Brust and Nortman. The grand opening of the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek is here. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Take advantage of the grand opening special at Lady Jane's. Haircuts are just $20. That's right, a precision haircut, hot lather, neck shave, and shampoo for just $20. Lady Jane's in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
The big gig is almost here. Make sure you're tuned into ESPN Milwaukee every day for a chance to win tickets to Summerfest. And when you're out at Summerfest, stop by the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone to meet the ESPN Milwaukee team and to win prizes. The fun starts June 20th on the lake. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, wow. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the stream. And shout out to those listening on the radio. This is KBN here on ESPN. I've never seen Strofe redder than this before in my life. Oh, that's great.
It's Friday energy, baby.
When being a DJ goes wrong. When being a DJ on a radio station goes wrong when it's a sports talk radio show. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. It is Friday energy, but it is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Walls. He is Brad Nortman. That is DJ Strofe, and we are holding it down for you today. And before we kind of got into the Zaddy talk, which for some reason really intrigues so many of you. And by the way, they claim the female Zaddy is a MILF, but I'm not going to continue to go down that route there. But I'm glad you all were interested, and make sure you use Google to the best of your abilities. But I do want to get back into the question that I actually asked you, Brad. And it's talking about that $55 million a year mark, right? That is what, for me, when I see $55 million, I think that's exactly what Jordan Love is going to get. Do you think Jordan Love is going to get more or less than $55 million a year? And think about this. Remember, we talked about the Yodeling game. You stopped at 43.5. So do you think 55 is the number? More or less?
Well, when we first did the Yodeling game, that was like end of November. So we were seeing Jordan Love start to bloom. And he didn't fully bloom until December and January when it became more and more important. And we were seeing more and more of what he'd become. With every passing game, he got more and more expensive. And with every passing day in this offseason, he's getting more and more expensive. Even 3 months ago, I didn't envision a scenario where Jordan Love was going to get paid $55 million a year. And if the question is, do you think Jordan Love is going to get paid more or less than $55 million a year? Kyle, I think it's going to be more. If you told me and you could guarantee, like, no matter what happens to Dak and Tua, that he's going to get 56, I would take it. I would just say, do it. Just be done with it. 56, be the highest paid quarterback for a few months. Say you did it, and he's going to be toppled over, and in 3 years, he's going to be the 9th highest paid quarterback, and he'll be an even smaller part of the cap. So I think he's going to get paid more than $55 million a year. And again, 3 or 4 months ago, I couldn't even fathom that I would have that statement.
Here's the thing. I believe that before Trevor Lawrence signed to get $55 million a year, $275 million extension, I do not believe that Jordan Love was going to get $55 million a year. I don't think that's what it was. His number definitely went up, and I believe at this point now, is going to be $55 million because
you think it's going to be exactly 55?
I think it's going to be exact. I think Trevor Lawrence just said exactly where it's going to be, and this is why I'm upset. It's because had they signed him before Trevor Lawrence got signed, they could have got away with paying him less than $55 million a year. Because as you just talked about it, this $55 million, it looks like a lot now. A couple years from now, it won't be a lot. We won't be having this same conversation. We'll be talking about $60 million. But now that Trevor Lawrence, who I think is comparable to Jordan Love, I think Trevor Lawrence, he's played more games, has more in-game experience. But from what I've seen, and again, I am a Packer fan, I feel like I'm a little biased, but on the big stage, when I see a quarterback do what Jordan Love did against the Dallas Cowboys, and then to me, I mean, yeah, did he play a perfect game against the 49ers? No, but he played a good game against the 49ers. He threw touchdown passes. He led his team against the 49ers. He did well. For him to have those two performances in his first playoff appearance, that just showed me the type of moxie and the type of confidence that he has and that he truly isn't rattled, and that's the guy that you want. And I believe him and Trevor Lawrence are looked at in the same breath of being two of the future franchise quarterbacks of the NFL. And I believe what the Jaguars did is they basically said, this is what you pay a guy that's going to be a franchise quarterback for you. Because remember, Tua didn't get paid yet, Jordan didn't get paid yet, right? And there's guys that are going to come after them next year. He just set what the standard is, and Jordan Love is going to get $55 million a year as well. I don't think he'll get more than that. I think he gets exactly around the same exact deal. Now, behind the scenes guaranteed money, that's for Russ Ball and the Packers to figure out. But I do believe Trevor Lawrence allowed for us to see that he ain't being paid less than $55 million a year.
And here's the problem with this deal specifically, and why this specific deal for Trevor Lawrence is a game changer for Jordan Love and what the Green Bay Packers are going to have to give him. I've already said, and this is how teams look at contracts, is we don't pay you necessarily for what you've done, but what we think you're going to do and what we project you're going to do. That's why Jordan Love can play one season, have moments of greatness, legitimate stretches of greatness, and the Packers can say, okay, we'll pay you top 5 quarterback money because we think you're going to continue to be a top 5 quarterback. But here's the thing. You certainly use what you've done to quantify that, right? And before, let's take out Trevor Lawrence. Let's say it was this time yesterday and Trevor Lawrence hasn't signed. Number 1 was Joe Burrow. Dude went to a Super Bowl. Number 2 was Jared Goff. Also went to a Super Bowl. Went to the NFC Championship game. After that's Justin Herbert. Now, he hasn't done a whole lot, but the franchise...
He's put up numbers.
He put up numbers. After him is Lamar Jackson, who's been a 2-time MVP, and Jalen Hurts, who's also been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So you look at those guys and you say, well, hold on, maybe Jordan Love really shouldn't be in that, even though we think going forward he's going to be in that conversation. Historically speaking, he hasn't done what those guys have done. All of a sudden... game changer with Trevor Lawrence, because he has done.
Gosh, Brad, you're so right.
He has done at least what Trevor Lawrence has done on a stats and postseason type of success. So it's a game changer that Trevor Lawrence got paid what he did because Jordan Love has done at least what Trevor Lawrence has done, and actually has done more. Now, he hasn't done it over a longer stretch, but he's done more with the short period of time that he does had. That is why this is a huge deal for the Packers, and why yesterday, Trevor Lawrence being in that conversation, it takes away any conversation, any argument that you have for Jordan Love to be excluded from that.
Yeah, the Packers messed this up. As you break it down in that way, I think anybody that's listening, you have to understand the Packers, they did not have all the leverage because of the fact that they need Jordan Love. He's proved how good he is. But when you have the rationale, right, we're all human beings, and you can rationalize, hey, listen, Jordan, we want to pay you, but listen, Lamar Jackson, 2-time NFL MVP, he's getting paid this much. Jared Goff just signed this contract. He went to a Super Bowl. He led a team to the NFC Championship, led a team to a division championship for the first time in like 30 years. And then you put in Joe Burrow, led his team to a championship within his first 3 seasons of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. When you go down the list of accomplishments, right, you're able to rationalize saying, we want to pay you, and we believe that you can become this, but this is what those guys are making, so we're going to put you in that area. They allowed a desperate team to beat them to the punch, and I think they failed because they, of all people, this is what they have spent their life doing, football. NFL, operations, management, understanding where the trends are going to go. The Green Bay Packers are known for that. And they sat here and they allowed a desperate team to beat them to the punch, and it's going to cost them more money.
And that's exactly how these negotiations in the NFLs go, right? As Jordan Love said, let's just say it's, again, before yesterday, let's say it's a month ago. Jordan Love says, I want to make in the mid to low 50s. The Packers would say back to him, we get that. We think you're capable of that. But Joe Burrow, Super Bowl. Jared Goff, Super Bowl. Justin Herbert, dude just puts up numbers, and he's an sensational talent.
Since day one.
Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, and Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. I think MVP runner-up. They can come back to him and say, look, we get it. We think you're on your way there, but you haven't done what they did. So we need to pump the brakes a little bit. That argument is gone for the Green Bay Packers because Jordan Love would say, Trevor Lawrence, what the heck has he done that I haven't done?
That's it.
And that's a problem.
You've lost it.
That's a problem
you lost because now that conversation of do you believe in me? That's a real conversation now, right?
It is.
Because the Jags, what did they do? They showed they believe in Trevor Lawrence. They believe Trevor Lawrence is going to, because you don't sign a quarterback just to be relevant. You sign a quarterback to allow you to have opportunities to win Super Bowls. And they believe that Trevor Lawrence allows to put them in a position to win Super Bowls, and so they paid them that way. And now Jordan Love should get paid the exact same way if you believe he's going to put you in a position to win Super Bowls, because that, sir, is now the going rate for quarterbacks that can put you in the conversation to be relevant.
It totally is. And, when you look at these quarterbacks, when they sign a deal, I mean, it just totally resets the market and it changes the conversation. I just wonder how much change goes on when these are done. Do Jordan Love and the Packers call one another and say, Jordan Love said, hey, our last offer to you is 56. We actually think it's 57 now. I wonder how much change is going on because I would hate for this to get dragged out to allow Tua or Dak to get in front of him or to take this into training camp.
800-990-3776. That's the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Jake in Milwaukee. You have a question about Love and Trevor Lawrence?
Yes. With Trevor Lawrence being a 3-year starter and Jordan Love's only playing really the last 6 games of the year is when he really came on and did well, do you think that the Packers will pay him close to Trevor Lawrence's money, or do you think that they're going to be like, hey, it's only a 6, we have 1 year, 6 games, last 6 games of the year is when you did really well. We want to see more games out of you before we give you a big contract.
Well, the Packers are certainly saying that to him. That says, look, we know you had a great stretch, but this guy's a 3-year starter and he's proven it a little bit more, and we got to protect ourselves a little bit. The Packers are certainly saying that, but the problem is Jordan Love comes right back and says, you know what? My one season has been better than any one of Trevor Lawrence's 3 seasons. And if you go back and look at the stats, it serves that true. The best season that Trevor Lawrence ever had was when they went to the playoffs and they won 1 playoff game.
Healthy. But, was he even healthy that full season? I know he wasn't healthy this year, and I feel like last season he wasn't. He had an issue too,
in
didn't
2022, he was fully healthy.
He was, okay.
But Jordan Love had more touchdowns and more picks, but they're basically the same exact quarterback rating. Actually, Jordan Love's was slightly higher. So you look at that, and Jordan Love can say, look, my last season was just as good, if not better, than anyone in Trevor Lawrence's seasons. And I'm doing that with less experience. Imagine what's going to happen when I get more and more seasons under my belt. And with neither have had a ton of talent around them. The Packers have a young team.
Trevor Lawrence has significantly better talent around him than the great.
I don't know about that.
Significantly. Now this is a conversation.
I think he had Calvin Ridley for 1 year.
Yeah,
but the Jags, I love the Jags, but they're not the model of consistency that the Packers are.
They're not the model of consistency, but when you talk about overall, Travis Etienne, really good running back.
Etienne's a good running back.
Up-and-coming running back. You have a great tight end there with Evan Ingram as well. We talked about Christian Kirk being signed, and they had Calvin Ridley last year. They had talent, man. I mean, without an early draft picks they done have forever and ever and ever, except for when you were there.
That's true. They've cultivated a lot of draft
They
picks.
should have a lot of guys that are talented individuals. So definitely a football team that has talent. I believe they are more talented offensively than what the Green Bay Packers were. Now, potential ceiling, I think the Packers' ceiling is through the roof. But Brian in Lake Mills, 800-990-3776. He's on the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. What's your Packers comparison?
This is for the Office people, not your Office people, but the Office TV show people.
Oh, I love it.
When Michael Scott Paper Company was basically bankrupt and done, and they went into the conference room meeting and we were back and forth, and then the deal was done. Why can't they do that? Just get Jordan Love as an agent to sit in the conference room. Whoever wants to be Michael Scott, doesn't matter, but just get the deal done.
I love that, and when I think about that scene,
great pull by the way.
It was. You know who's going to be Michael Scott's paper company? Who's going to be Pam? Is going to be Ryan? Is going to be Michael? It's going to be Jordan Love and his agents. When they walk out of there after they probably see the final deal, they're going to say, "Oh my gosh, look at the money that we got! Can't believe it!" And so, yeah, that's a great analogy.
It's a great analogy, and I think Jordan Love, the problem is the Packers are historically conservative financially. They don't want, and honestly, for roster building, you want enough money to spend for the rest of your roster. And Jordan Love knows how good he is, knows the Packers need him, and they see what else everyone's getting. That creates an impasse, and who's going to be able to get more of it? I have no idea. But here's what I do know, Kyle.
What do you know, Brad?
I know that it's Friday, And here's what I did before the show. You guys didn't even knew this. I left about 20 minutes early than I did from Oconomowoc because I went down the stairs and I saw my fridge was empty. The Nortman fridge is empty. Can't have it, won't have it. That means I need to go restock Carbless. I went to my local retailer. I picked up the margarita 4-pack, or excuse me, it's an 8-pack, but 4 different flavors. I picked up the classic cocktails, and I picked up an individual pack of margarita. That's because Carbless, when the fridge is empty, that's like my alarm to go, I got to go to the store and get some because I'm grilling out tonight. I'm kicking back. I'm relaxing. I'm enjoying the Wisconsin summer, and I'm cracking open a Carbless. I mean, the new margarita pack is unbelievable. There is truly a flavor for everyone. You love fruit flavors? We got fruit for you. You got lemon, lime, pineapple. The cranberry is just so good. And the classic cocktails. I mean, it feels like someone is making a drink right in front of you with Paloma, Moscow Mule, Mojito. But let me tell you, it's summertime, margaritas, baby. The margarita pack is unbelievable. I'm going to be cracking them open tonight. They're in my trunk right now. I cannot wait to get home and try them. But look, I'm going to be honest too. I worked out this morning. I did a little upper body. I want that summer body, Kyle. I want that summer body. Carbless is guilt-free. No carbs, no sugars, 100 calories per can and less carbonation, leading to less bloat. That equals guilt-free. Made right here in Wisconsin, whatever you're doing this summer, Brewers game, outdoor patio, you're going to be doing a little bit of barbecuing and on the grill like me tonight, or on the lake, grab you a Carbless. You will not be let down. Discover why Liss is more. Find them online or at retailers, like I did, near you.
It's time for Strofe to become relevant. Coming up next, keep it locked. You're listening to KBN right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad. Awesome. I had nothing before them. I had nothing before them.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad.
Hey, Russ, what up, Russ?
Awesome. And I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah,
That's
all right, let's give him the floor. I'm going to
Yeah, don't interrupt, dang it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The ramp from 43 northbound to 894 northbound is still closed in the Hale interchange. We've got multiple heavy-duty tow trucks on scene as they try to clear a truck off from where it has swerved into the ditch, and that's causing a lot of problems on the Rock Freeway because that's how you would get on, and there's backups all the way to Beloit Road, and it's pretty much meaning you're going to have to find other ways. Looks like some cars are going on to 894 eastbound coming out of the Hale. And let's run down the rest of the delays real quick. 43 northbound is still about 4 or 5 minutes slow between Silver Spring and Capitol. Brake lights between the Marquette and American Family Field on 94 westbound, and the construction area is slow on 894 westbound coming out of the Mitchell. Traffic is sponsored by 2 Men and a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk? Go to 2menandajuncktruck.com for a free, no obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. Your forecast for tonight, mostly clear and comfortable, low of 56. Saturday, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers in the afternoon, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Wyatt Farmore-Pooley on 94.5 ESPN.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh, Universal Windows Direct. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. So call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Get ready to go all in for cash battles at Potawatomi.
This June, go head-to-head with your fellow club members for a chance at your share of $200,000 in cash. Play with your club card for entries. Hourly drawings on June 6th and 20th from 4 to 8 p.m. Each drawing, 2 winners split $20,000. Cash battles at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. It's the biggest cash bash of the summer. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, I'm glad we got this version of the song here. DJ Strofe back on track here. This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. And just what a fun day that has definitely been here today. And I don't want to waste any time, Strofe, because this is your time to make up for all your flaws and faults of the day and of the week. It's time to become irrelevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Thanks, Kyle. Great setup, dude. Killer. All right, let's start here. Going on this week here in Milwaukee area. We've got some extra road enforcement going on. The Wisconsin State Patrol is conducting aerial enforcement over highways across the state today. Kyle, how do you feel about your tax dollars going to cops and helicopters trying to give you a speeding ticket?
I am not part of the defund the police type energy that goes on, but they need to defund having helicopters for the Wisconsin State Patrol to try to pull you over for $100-something ticket. Do you know how expensive it is to buy a helicopter? Do you know how expensive it is to maintain a helicopter? Do you know how expensive it is to gas up a helicopter? We're doing this all because we're trying to get people speeding. Like, what happened to the old-fashioned sit on the side and try to get people? This is crazy. This is not fair to the citizens. It's not fair for my tax dollars, and they need to get rid of that helicopter. Donate it to somewhere else. My goodness. Are y'all not infuriated by the fact our tax dollars are buying helicopters? Yeah. Helicopters.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, the budget is swelling up way too big. There is no chance the police enforcement get as many tickets needed to fund even the helicopter use.
Exactly.
No chance. You're talking about a million. It's got to be, a helicopter has to be $1 million, doesn't it? Maybe not. Maybe not $1 million. Hundreds of thousands. And then, like you said, insure, gas it up, all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to look it up.
Wait, how do you...
Oh, my gosh. From $250,000 for a lightweight model to $9 million for a top-of-the-line model. So you're going to spend around $2 million probably, that's it.
How are you pulling someone over in a helicopter?
You're probably tracking the license plate and mailing them a ticket.
Or
that is absurd.
Or you're in a helicopter and you catch somebody and you say, hey, you got somebody on the road, say, hey, license plate, da-da-da-da. They were speeding, and you send somebody on the ground to go get them.
Oh, my goodness. It's too much. It's too much.
No, it's ridiculous, and I'm very, very upset. Very upset about this. This is a waste of my tax dollars. I guess I complain about my tax dollars all the time, but this is egregious. How do I not send my taxes to the State Patrol for the helicopter? Everything else, serve and protected on the ground, I'm good with that. But in the air, no. Unless you're looking for, like, some killer or something like that, but you're looking for people just driving. My bad, I had a lead foot.
Somebody in the helicopter is going to be watching this car on the highway, and then all of a sudden they're going to see this.
Matter of fact, I might have been a passenger in the car, and this is what I do because I'm crazy. I'm a passenger in the car, and if somebody's making a left turn, if you're in the way, you know what I'm doing? I'm reaching over. Beep, beep, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out the way. Beep, beep. They both definitely probably will. I hope I'm not a marked man.
What?
I hope I'm not a marked man by the state patrol now. I get pulled over by state patrol. Wait, aren't you that Kyle Wallace from KBN?
K-Wall, yeah.
I heard you talking trash about our helicopter patrol there. Here's your nice little ticket, buddy.
We're going to make sure that your tickets alone fund this helicopter. So they're saying to you.
Listen, I declare bankruptcy. That happened.
Tonight, T.Y. Hilton, the former NFL receiver, his son will make his college commitment on Instagram, one of his final schools being your alma mater, Brad, the University of Wisconsin.
Hey.
T.Y. Hilton's son's name, Eugene Hilton Jr. Two things for this.
Ooh.
If he's Eugene Hilton Jr., what does that mean?
That means
T.Y.'s name is Eugene?
Son? Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton's name is Eugene, first off.
Oh, my gosh.
And second off, this kid's 17 years old and his name's Eugene. That's a tough name.
Yeah, you got to try to spin that somehow as being kind of baller. I'm not sure how you can though. Eugene. This is why T.Y. When is T.Y.? He said, I got to do something. Even Gene. Don't think Gene is better than
Gene's
Eugene.
Better than
Gene
Eugene.
is solid. I like Gene. Eugene. That's like in a cartoon. That's like the nerd.
Yeah.
And that's coming from a nerd. I'm a nerd saying that.
No, wasn't Eustace the name of I don't know why that came to mind. Eustace was the name of the old man in Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Yes,
right?
it was.
Okay.
That's quite a pull.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Eugenes out there.
Yeah, no, that definitely Eugene. That's an old country name right there. Anime, something like that. That's what Eugene is right there. Eugene is an old name from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. It's not a name from the 2000s.
It does sound like a tough old man, or like somebody.
Henrietta. Henrietta Eugene back in South Carolina. That's what that is.
It does.
Lucille.
Although Eugene Robinson was a pretty good player.
Eugene Robinson's also almost 60 probably right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This man really, I guess, I don't know why he didn't have his kid go by a different name, but
EG, by EG. Hey,
he should go EG, yeah.
EG.
EJ? He's junior.
Oh, yeah, EJ, yeah.
EJG?
But,
is that too many letters?
G, just EJ.
EJ. Yeah.
Eugene Jr.
Yeah.
If he commits to Wisconsin, I hope he's good. That's all that matters to me. He commits to Wisconsin Saturday. It's gonna be all right, Eugene. That's what I'm talking about, boy. He's a receiver, I'm assuming.
Eugene Robinson, 61 years old.
Look at that,
man. 61.
Yeah. There's been quite a ruckus caused on social media this week through Airbnb and Vrbo for charging a cleanup fee, but also making you take out the garbage, wash the counters, throw the sheets in the laundry machine. Should they be charging a cleaning fee if you're doing all the cleaning?
Brad, I'll let you go first here.
This is a great call. I've actually never put that together, but now that I have awareness.
Wait a minute, time out. You're rich. You are rich. You never put that together?
Well, no, I know that there's a cleaning fee, but I just always then I'm a rule follower. I would just follow instructions and be like, that makes sense. But wait a minute, that's a good point. I do a lot of the clean, and I'm a clean dude, and I leave this place clean.
You've made it in life. That's
and
what
you still get charged with a cleaning fee. That's ridiculous. This is why hotels, it's really nice. Whether they just include that in the fee and you don't even ever see it or what, I definitely leave hotels dirtier than I leave like VRBOs and whatnot, and you pay that fee. That's ridiculous.
Listen, the NFL has made you a very wealthy man, and shout out to you because you earned every single penny. The fact that you can book an Airbnb, and when you see the service fee and the cleaning fee, and then you see the rules where they ask you to load the dishwasher, they ask you to go ahead and throw a wash start the washer, and then they ask you to go take all the garbage out. You be like, oh, okay, that's just the rules. I throw a fit because I'm like, well, hell, y'all owe me the damn cleaning fee. I'm the one doing all the dang cleaning. Matter of fact, I refuse.
You refuse?
Other people who are in Airbnbs with me, they have to do it because I refuse to do it.
Oh, that ain't right.
I refuse to do it. Why am I loading the dishwasher? Why am I starting a load? Hell, I don't even like doing that at home. I'm going to do it for you now? You charge me $150 for a cleaning fee. This is what I do because I'm crazy. Okay, all right, fine. You know what? You're right. Let me just calm down because my blood pressure getting high. Listen, what I do, I'm crazy.
A lot of things triggering you, Kyle,
if
today.
this show lasts for 10 to 15 years, I'm gonna be popping my blood pressure medicine midair while I'm on air.
Kyle, you're gonna be doing that in 6 months.
A lot of things infuriate me, and this is that. They take advantage of you.
Well,
and I absolutely despise
it's
it.
people like you in society that needs to push back on the inequality, the inequalities, and the. I'm not trying to find the right word.
Just say fight the power. Inequalities in the what is it? The shared housing, vacation home. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
In that industry.
Yeah.
800-990.
That industry deserves some pushback. The fees are ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. 800-990-3776. This is KBN, and I think we got to talk a little money coming up next. Keep it locked. You're listening to KBN right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
The fact that I, within a month and a half, would have an opportunity to have Sierra thinking about me? Oh, my goodness. I signed up to be with y'all, but I will happily be with Sierra.
All right, take it easy. Put it in the pants. Put it in the pants.
Stop it. Not that type of happy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
This is not like let's pretend there's competition so we can get our guy right. I think they have doubts about it, and he's going to have to earn it.
I'm not sure, even if you don't have to give up a ton to get DA back, I'm not so sure I want to mess with what we got and pay him that dollar amount.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
At Fleet Farm, we know every sunny day doesn't begin and end with us. But if it did, we've got you covered. Everyday fishing gear from Rapala, Berkeley, and Minn Kota. Everyday grilling goods from Weber, Kingsford, and Blackstone. Everyday camping gear from Coleman, Yeti, and Eureka. Whatever makes your day, we're right there with you. At Fleet Farm, we've got everything you need for everyday life.
Donald Driver and Cousin Subs are teeing up to offer you a chance to win a golf experience of a lifetime. From June 10th to July 21st, you can enter to win a foursome in the 4th Annual Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame golf outing at the Brute Golf Course in Lake Geneva on July 29th. The grand prize winner will also get a VIP meet and greet with Double D himself, breakfast and lunch, and 4 $100 Cousins gift cards. Enter today at cousinsubs.com/drive to win.
The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions!
The Bucks in 6 podcast presents a special series commemorating the Bucks championship run in 2021. From the thrilling Game 7 overtime victory against the Nets.
Durant shooting, got it at the buzzer! No, it's a 2-pointer.
To the 50-point statement made by Giannis in the finals.
A 50-point game! That's the stuff of legend.
Immerse yourself in the sounds of each playoff round with Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You know the players, you know the stats, and you know basketball. It's playoff time, so put your knowledge where the money is and win up to 100 times your cash with Prize Picks. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Turn $10 into $1,000 with just 4 correct picks. You can choose from traditional stats like points or assists, or more unique ones like getting a dunk or 3-pointers. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Join the Prize Picks community of over 5 million users who have already signed up. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code WI. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, I love good vibration, and you always get a good vibration with American Family Insurance. Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. That's because you feel protected. You're free to enjoy your dreams, from decorating a new nursery to hosting a family reunion in your backyard. So insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
American Family Insurance.
It's tough, right?
Nice job, Brad.
American Family Insurance.
Actually, Brad's actually the best.
Good?
You're the best at this, actually. Okay. But make sure you get American Family Insurance. This is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. And Brad, you had a really good analogy with the housing market and the Green Bay Packers. You got to tell me about this.
Yeah, guys, you know me. I love using analogies. This brain thinks in very strange ways. And you know, before we send off Madison and end this first 2 hours of KBN, I wanted to share this analogy with you guys that extending a quarterback in the NFL is like buying a house, right? Prices are not going down. The more you delay, the higher you're going to have to pay for these home prices that are going up. The Packers are the people whose friends are all buying houses in the same neighborhood they're looking, and the Packers are saying, "Wait, you paid how much for that?" Oof. And they can't even believe it. The reality is, though, if you want to raise a family, you need a house. And there's not many other great alternatives, so you're going to have to buy a house eventually. It may cost you more than you ever thought you'd pay on something, and the numbers are going to be eye-popping. But if you can afford the monthly payments, you just got to do it. And realize that on the other side, you're going to be okay and your home gets more valuable. You may not be able to afford everything. You might not be able to go on the luxury vacation, but you can do without it because you bought the home and that's what you need more than what you want. So right now, the Packers are like the couple that just keep on waiting and waiting and waiting to buy the home, thinking that prices are going to go down, but prices aren't going down. So the message is to Goody, buy the dang house already. The prices aren't going down. Everyone else in the neighborhood is buying it. And even if you're like, oh my gosh, they paid what for that? Prices aren't going down, Kyle. You got to pull the trigger at some point.
Yeah, Brad. So this hit a little bit too close to home for me because this is exactly what my life has been for the last 4 years. Is as I see people buy houses and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these fools racing to pay $60,000 over list price. That's insanity. And then all of a sudden, like you said, the prices just kept going up. I thought they were going to go down, but nope, they keep going up. And then the interest rates went up. And so with the Green Bay Packers, this is exactly what it is. The Packers sat and they waited, right? And when they sat and they waited, another person bought a house, and you're like, uh-oh, we wanted a house like that in that neighborhood, but we didn't want to pay that much. Uh-oh, Trevor Lawrence son, we wanted a house in that neighborhood, but we didn't want to pay that much. You're going to keep saying it until you actually pull the trigger and do it. What a great analogy by you.
Everyone that bought a home several years ago is happy that they did. Everyone that extended their franchise quarterback is happy that they did.
You're absolutely right. Yes.
Real quick, before we drop off in Madison, happy to report T.Y. Hilton's son, Eugene, he is committed to the Badgers.
Hey, let's go.
Four-star wide receiver, highest wide receiver recruit for the Badgers since 2017.
Let's go.
All right. I'm excited to have old Eugene. The Packers are absolutely hot right now. Badgers are hot right now. But ESPN Madison, thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Rutledge and Hamilton. But those in Beaver Dam and Milwaukee, you have more KBN coming up next.
Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool. I just don't believe it. Sell out.
Good news. They
have cleared that ramp closure in the Hale interchange. So now all those people backed up on the Rock Freeway are slowly filtering out through and up onto where they want to go. All those delays should work themselves out within the next few minutes or so. To balance the scales, 43 northbound is getting a lot heavier. Those delays will come now all the way up from downtown almost to Keith before you start speeding up. 43 southbound as well. There's a lot of delays between Silver Spring and Capitol. Capitol actually all the way down to Keith as well. Still bumper to bumper in the Menominee Valley on 94 westbound and still slow on 894 westbound all the way from the Mitchell to 60th. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's College Night Thursdays. College students get a free Dave & Buster's Power Card when you show your college ID. Dave & Buster's College Night Thursdays, 9 p.m. to close. Your forecast for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 56. Saturday, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers, a high of 74. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley on 94.5 ESPN.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's holy pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here from Kyle Brust and Nortman. The grand opening of the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek is here. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Take advantage of the grand opening special at Lady Jane's. Haircuts are just $20. That's right, a precision haircut. Hot lather, neck shave, and shampoo for just $20. Lady Jane's in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys.
It's the Faux One Faux Hour at Faux on KBN.
I like how you took coaching.
Was it too slow?
It was a little bit too slow.
I tried to really milk it. Nice and easy on a Friday.
You didn't have the same conviction you had yesterday, but you were a little bit slower in it today. So you won't find a happy medium.
So I need to match the pace with the conviction. It was too lax today.
It's the Faux One Faux Hour at Faux on KBN. Right?
Man, Kyle, there's the reason why you are the creator and the lifeblood of that 414. Because I tell you what, you even just say it. I'm like, oh, Kyle Wallace, K Wall, so good.
Yeah, I mean, I am from Milwaukee.
I know K Wall.
It's a little bit.
K Wall.
Hey, K Wall. I'm from Milwaukee too.
On the hop, K Wall.
My football coach did not call me K Wall. He called me something else.
Call you
Sugar Honey Iced Tea Head.
Wow.
No way. I thought you were just going to say dumbass or something.
No, he did that too. No, he calls us all that. He calls us all types of things. Shout out to Coach Teach and RIP, but yeah.
Was that supposed to be like a term of endearment?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it being a jerk?
There's
Sugar Honey Iced Tea Head?
Yeah, no,
there was a little bit of a long nickname.
Well, he called a lot of people that. He called us that as groups, right? He didn't really call us by too much of our names.
But this is football, right?
Yes, it was.
That's not a compliment.
No.
That sounds soft.
No, for him, like that was a term of endearment. Like,
wow.
I mean, it gets worse. He was old school football coach. You know, he's one of those coaches, like a Woody Hayes type. Like he looked up to Woody Hayes. So when his coaching style and Bo Schembechler, I believe that's how you say it.
Yeah,
and
Schembechler.
He looked up to those type of guys. So that was the mentality that he had while coaching. So there's a lot of things probably nowadays that. We'll probably get you fired at these schools nowadays, but we're tough.
You are tough, Kyle.
I would say so.
You're tough.
I'm not NFL tough like you. But this is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. He's Brad Nortman, a longtime NFL player. That's DJ Strofe holding it down behind the glass for us. And big news, breaking news today, as Trevor Lawrence, I should say yesterday, signed an extension with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which has him making $275 million in his contract, but more importantly, he's going to be making $55 million a year. And why this is significant to all Packers fans listening is the fact that, listen, this means the Green Bay Packers are going to have to pony up quite a bit of money to pay Jordan Love. They're going to have to figure out how they're going to be able to make this work. Now, Brad, who do the Packers have to blame for now having to pay him an astronomical amount of money? Jordan Love or themselves?
Well, the Packers have only themselves to blame. They could have gotten ahead of this and signed him before Jared Goff, before Trevor Lawrence, and do this really quickly once as the window opened May 3rd for him to actually be able to sign an extension. I firmly believe Jordan Love at that point, you're talking about 5 weeks ago, I think he would have signed 52.5. I think he would have signed 53. But now with Trevor Lawrence, who is truly a peer, truly a cohort of Jordan Love, with him making $55 million a year, tied with the highest paid on an annual basis contract in the NFL, there's no way Jordan Love is going to sign for anything less than that. Every minute the Green Bay Packers wait, they are getting worse and worse. They are losing more and more leverage, and they're going to have to pay Jordan Love more and more money. I get that the Packers try to exercise financial conservative values, right? Which I appreciate and allows them to be able to sign other people. But you don't want to be so focused on making sure you're trying to get a deal that this thing plays out longer and longer to where a deal can't even be had. I just truly believe that the longer the Packers wait, the worse it's going to be. And this, quite honestly, has screwed the Green Bay Packers. They are going to have to pay Jordan Love at least 55. I think he's going to wait for over. I think he's going to get over, and they must. The Green Bay Packers must sign Jordan Love before Tua and before Dak, because those guys are going to continue to increase the value of the quarterback market and make Jordan Love's salary go up even higher.
I'm personally sick of saying, oh, wow, whenever I see a headline about a quarterback getting signed this offseason. Because when we were at the Brewers tailgate, I believe it was about the home opener, we were at the Brewers tailgate when the news came down for Jared Goff and getting his contract around that time.
Yeah, it was around that time.
And our first reaction was, oh, wow, that's a lot of money, right? And we all thought, okay, so now we know, is Jordan Love better than Jared Goff? Does he deserve to be paid as much as Jared Goff? That was the conversation that we had. Our hope was, maybe Jordan Love can come in at 50. Maybe he'll be around $52.5 million. Maybe he'll be at 53. That was our hope. And then the news came down yesterday, and what was the first thing that came out of my mouth? Cuss word. And then, oh, wow, that is a lot of money, because I understand that every time I get a notification about a quarterback signing a contract extension, that means that quarterback is getting paid a lot of money. If the next one comes through and it does not say Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers agree to a contract extension, and it says Tua agrees to a contract extension, or Dak Prescott agrees to a contract extension, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say a cuss word, and then I'm going to say, oh, wow. And then I'm going to say, what are the Green Bay Packers doing? This is not the time to wait anymore. If there was pressure, if you were kind of holding back, going back and forth and negotiating, you can't do that anymore. I remember one time I was going to buy a condo in downtown Milwaukee, right? I was bidding against myself. So when you're bidding against yourself,
cool.
Yeah, very cool. When you're bidding against yourself, hey, you're going back and forth. But you know what happened? Competition came in, right? And when competition came in, that's when the price got a little bit too high. The Green Bay Packers had an opportunity to bid with somebody else and not have to worry about competition coming in. Jared Goff got signed, competition came in. You're okay with that competition because you felt like, $50 million would be feasible. But now that Trevor Lawrence got signed, now you're saying, oh, geez, can we afford this? Yes, the Green Bay Packers can afford this, but strategically, you are hurting yourself down the line by not signing Jordan Love now and saving yourself as much money in the future, because you need to be able to sign other guys. Now, I know Russ Ball can do some things with the contract to make it be, potentially where he has less money on the salary cap, but eventually you got to pay it. Strofe, go ahead.
One real quick thing that I just saw. So right now, there are 6 quarterbacks in the NFL making $50 million a year or more on an annual basis. And why does it matter on an annual basis? Because that is going to be roughly the cap hit that you have every given year, and that's going to affect who you can sign, okay? Every single one of those happened in the last 14 months.
Wow.
In 14 months, there went from 0 NFL quarterbacks making $50 million or more to 6. What if we fast forward another 14 months?
Yeah,
there's going to be maybe double that. There might be 12 guys making $50 million or more, and there's going to be some making in the 60s.
And here's the thing.
That's how quickly this can happen.
And you cannot, and you absolutely cannot allow for Jordan Love to be franchise tagged. That is out the realm of possibility. You cannot do that because the only thing that happens from that is you win nothing. You end up spending more money in the long run,
and you hurt the relationship.
Exactly. So you cannot allow for, because he's gonna get paid regardless. Do not allow for Jordan Love to get the franchise tag, because if you say we can't find a deal, we're gonna end up franchise tagging you next year. That means you're talking about what? I'm not a mathematician, but 18 months from now. Yeah. Because you got a whole full year, and then you got 6 months after that as well when the season will be over. You're going to be paying $60-something+ million.
Easily.
So you just get the deal done now and secure your future. Let him secure the bag for his money and his family while you secure your future for trying to get the Lombardi Trophy back to Lambeau.
Well, I want to hear Strouf's take on all this stuff, too, because Strouf always brings the fire. But I just, the fact that nobody had a $50 million or a year more contract 14 months ago, and now 6 do, leads me to believe that this time next year, there's going to be several in the $60 million. There just is. That's how the market's going to respond.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think I would be shocked still if somebody reached a $60 million per year deal this offseason, but I would imagine next offseason that's the new number. When it comes to Jordan Love, you guys are spot on. When it comes to the Packers, the more the clock ticks, the more leverage they lose. I fully agree with that. I was telling you guys in show prep, but I'll tell our audience here in the 414 hour at Foe. How'd I do there, Kyle?
You did good. You got a little bit more swag than Brad. But that's not. Hey. It's not that. Listen. Obviously,
a high bar, Brad.
But here's the thing. Obviously, he listened to more hip hop than you did. He was more engaged, and it's just, y'all are different. You were focused on going to the NFL. He was focused on turning up and partying. It's two different worlds.
That's very accurate. Actually,
it's true.
So I follow this account on Twitter. Now, if I never told you about this, how reliable of a source would you say Pretty Ricky 213 is? If I had never told you about Pretty Ricky 213,
it sounds like a mob inside guy. Hey, let's call it Pretty Ricky. What he has to say.
Yeah. It sounds like a group I used to dance to. Baby, grind on me, relax your mind, take your time on me.
That's Pretty Ricky. It's actually pretty good.
That is Pretty Ricky. That's what it reminds me of.
Okay,
is that not Pretty Ricky who's you talking about?
It's banger.
The Pretty Ricky I'm talking about, 213 on Twitter, Ricky spelled Rickey, has been right on every extension this offseason. He had the Trevor Lawrence news yesterday, 27 minutes before Schefter and Rappaport, who were the first two to report it. And today he tweeted that the Packers are racing to get a deal done with Jordan Love prior to Tua Tagovailoa of Miami and Dak Prescott of Dallas getting a deal because, as we know, the money is only going to get higher the longer they wait. Mm-hmm. So if Pretty Ricky's right, we could have a deal within the next week or so, I would guess, when it comes to Jordan Love and the Packers, and he could be the next domino in this quarterback contract summer to fall.
Listen, I'm excited to hear that they're racing. If we're going to take Pretty Ricky as a pretty reliable source, as much as we can on Twitter. But as Strouf said, he's had a pretty impressive track record. My only thing would be they should have been racing 5 weeks ago. Like they should not have even waited to allow Goff and Trevor Lawrence to do this and affect the negotiations. They should have been racing from the moment that window opened up because they know he's the franchise quarterback. They know he's going to be getting paid big money. So why not get ahead of all of that? I think that's my frustration is in an effort to be financially prudent, the Packers put themselves in harm's way, and they're going to have to end up paying any more. They're going to pay more either way.
And that's why the house analogy that you had the last segment, it makes so much sense because if you sit here and you wait for the market to drop, or you sit here and wait to find the right house, and you say, we'll just be patient, all that's going to happen is when people buy houses in the neighborhood, the value's going to go up. People bought houses in the neighborhood and the value went up. Now, the Packers could have miscalculated this, thinking that maybe the Jags weren't going to be in a rush to sign Trevor Lawrence because they had time on their side. But the Packers had a date they had in mind. That was July 22nd. And I understand that Pretty Ricky, we don't know who that is on social media or Twitter. But if you get stuff right a couple times, I am going to believe that the Packers are probably racing to get a deal done. That only makes sense. If you are there at Lambeau Field, if you're Goody, if you're Mark Murphy, if you're Matt LaFleur, if you're Russ Ball, you should be racing to get the deal done because you understand that it's going to only cost you more money. And then it is your job, especially for Goody. You don't just look at 2024. You're orchestrating and signing deals, thinking about the future, about who's going to be coming up that you potentially need to sign, right? And so the Green Bay Packers are looking at this and they're saying, this throws a wrench in our plans, fiscally and financially.
And let's be honest about Jordan Love, because I think anyone that's uncertain if Jordan Love is worth this kind of money, Jordan Love is the only irreplaceable Green Bay Packer. You can take off every other Green Bay Packer singularly, and you'd say, they'll be all right. A plug-and-play mentality, they'll be okay. You take Jordan Love off this team's not a playoff team. They're not a contender. They're not taken seriously.
What do you mean? Michael Pratt or Sean Clifford can't do what he did?
Can't do what Jordan Love does. So Jordan Love is absolutely irreplaceable. Every other Green Bay Packer is replaceable. That alone should tell you just need to pay this man his money.
800-990-3776. That's the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. Definitely call in and let us know. Do you think the Packers should be racing to sign Jordan Love? And is there a number in your head that you think the Packers should not go up to? Is that number 50? Is it 55? Are you willing to go to $60 million to sign Jordan Love? Personally, if you asked me this 2 weeks ago, I would say $60 million, and I might even said it. $60 million was too much. But at this point, I'm becoming desperate. I'm becoming the Jaguars, and whatever it takes to get the job done, the Packers have to get it done. I hope it isn't $60 million because I understand what that means for the future. But if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. 800-990-3776. Noah said, you guys have to remember that it's more likely Love's agent holding it up and not the Green Bay Packers holding it up. Does Love hold all the cards?
I would bet that Love has asked for, we'll do 58, we'll do 57. And that's where maybe they wouldn't have done that before Goff, before Trevor Lawrence. But now that he's in that rarefied air, why wouldn't they ask for that? And if you're the Packers, you should just do it before Tua and Dak go up there. Dak legitimately... I agree with Strofe. I don't think anyone before this season will make $60 million a year. Almost certainly somebody will next offseason. But Dak is going to be 59. He's going to be 58. Tua's going to be 55. And all of a sudden you're talking about 8 quarterbacks making $50 million or more. It's hardly Jordan Love even making $50-some million, hardly even in the top 10. So the price is only going up. Packers, Goody, let's go. Sign the man.
What I find to be interesting is at KBN ESPN on Twitter X, and make sure you follow us on Twitter X at KBN ESPN. We had a poll today. The poll was, if you're choosing one of these quarterbacks to lead your franchise for the next 4 years, who are you picking? Are you picking Trevor Lawrence? Are you picking Tua? Are you picking Dak? Or are you picking Jordan Love? Now, obviously, we're in Wisconsin, and so Jordan Love, 72%. This is an absolute runaway. But somebody says something interesting here, as they said, remember how good RG3 was in his rookie year. Imagine if he kept that up his whole career. Everyone expects Jordan Love to be even greater. Even if he doesn't turn out to be, Goody needs to take a chance and pay the kid more than Trevor Lawrence. Take a stand. I think that is brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's really good too. And RG3, his injuries that decimated his career. But you know what? You have your franchise quarterback. Box one check. Second box checking is signing them for the long term. That box still needs to be checked. It's not going to come in at a discount. It's just really not going to come in at a discount. But we're talking money. We're talking cash. We're talking about how much they're going to pay. When I think about that, you know who I think of? I think of my friends at Bank 59. Bank 59, they've got 14 branch locations all over southeastern Wisconsin. And when you see Bank 59, here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about making lives better. Making lives better is Bank 59's mission statement. What other financial institution has make lives better as their mission statement? And it comes in many different ways. It comes with their employees. Their employees love working at Bank 59. They've been recognized as another top workplace from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel for 15 years in a row. They're making lives better of the community. I mean, I see them constantly giving generously, having their employees engage in thousands of hours of community service. So they're making an impact right here in southeastern Wisconsin. And also, and just as importantly, is their customers. Their customer satisfaction is unbelievable. Bank 59, if you are a customer of Bank 59, let me tell you this. They're certainly making your life better. So if you want to explore anything more when it comes to Bank 59, check out my friends at Bank 59 at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
It's time to take a look around the polls as we do some pole position, which is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway. Coming up next on KBN.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And I said, it just came out. I said, are y'all going to talk the whole show like this?
Good for you.
For the next 25 minutes, all they said was they started ribbing me. Oh, you going to clap like that the whole time? You going to laugh like that the whole time?
No.
You going to lay back like that the whole time? Why don't y'all go sit over in the open seats?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Everything's cleared up on the Rock Freeway now, but we do have a little bit of a tap of the brakes coming on to 894 eastbound in the hail, so it's still a little bit of a delay in the hail. 894 westbound as well is still slow coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 60th Street through the construction. 94 westbound is getting a little bit better. It's not as much delays, but you're still going to have a couple minutes slow in the Menominee Valley. 43 northbound is now only up out of the Marquette, not even to Locust. It's just a couple minutes of delays coming out of downtown. Southbound, though, solid between Silver Spring and Capitol. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip plus a drift pad. You can even drive your own car on the track. Find the full event schedule and ticket information at greatlakesdragaway.com. Your forecast for tonight is going to be mostly clear, low of 56. Saturday, partly cloudy, slight chance of afternoon showers, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
And he's got a bunch of little yellow things falling all over his table. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, okay over there?
So, typically you see, those helicopters that spin off trees. I thought that's what these were, but these look like if Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was having cornflakes.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
What are we doing today?
One of the employee owners has an idea.
Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me. Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever. What's in it? Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800. I like it.
I like it.
Me too.
When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher. Summer is here, but if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean, green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your Higher Love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I came here for love, someone to hold me down. I won't give it
hot outside, and I know you got that AC on. Even I turned on the AC last night. It got a little bit too hot in the house, so I turned it on. But with Universal Windows Direct, you don't have to worry about that AC heating up or cooling off outside because your windows are going to be fantastic because Universal Windows Direct has super spacer technology, and it helps seal in all that nice AC and keeps it in your house. And another great thing about the super spacer technology is that it lasts up to 5 times longer than other Windows systems. So I want you to call Universal Windows Direct today, because when you call them, I want you to schedule your free in-home estimate. And guess what? When you work with them, not only can you buy 2 windows and get 2 free, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 free. You can buy 20 windows and get 20 windows free. That's how it works with them. Plus, they have 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 whole years where you don't pay any type of interest. Restrictions do apply, but that is a great deal. So call them today at 414-410-2000 or visit Universal Windows Direct on their website at uwd.com. That's uwd.com. And remember, tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows. It is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin, and y'all know what time it is. It's time for pole position.
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Pole Position. Pole Position on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is presented by Great Lakes Dragway, a 1/4-mile long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragway.com.
All right. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's a little, the music is a little loud.
My headphones were just really quiet. That was what was going on there.
Yeah, music was also very loud.
Yes.
It's Friday, Kyle. We got a jam.
Yeah, I can't wait. 5 o'clock, I'm out of here.
Fellas, let's start with the Homer Hour. Weekdays 5 to 6, right after us, right here on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Beaver Dam. Do you want Aaron Rodgers to play well this season? 65% of people say no.
You know what? I don't. I don't want to see him play well. I'm not like a spiteful guy by any means. And honestly, last year I was excited to see him play. I wanted to see him have some success, particularly when Jordan Love, ended up being a good quarterback. So I don't feel strongly about this. But darn it, the guy's just so unlikable. Between the hypocrisy, the craziness, just being a general kind of tool, honestly, I just don't want to see that rewarded. I'm sorry. And to see the Jets drama just continue to spiral is just must-see TV. So I don't want to see him do well. I feel a little bit bad saying that, but I don't.
Kyle?
No, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care if he does well or he doesn't do well. I really don't. This is, as people say, a nothing burger. I don't really care if Aaron Rodgers does well. If he does well, fantastic. If he doesn't do well, okay. It has nothing to do with me at this time. We have no draft picks that we're going to get from his performance or how many games that he plays at this point. He is the ex that I am finally over. I'm no longer checking social media. I'm no longer trying to hook up with him. This is it. I'm done with him. I found my new love, and that's Jordan Love.
I found my new love.
That was beautifully said.
That's Jordan Love. Spoken like a true dread-headed Packers fan.
Yes, sir. You know me best.
Over the weekend, Jen Latta, Jen gave it to you weekday morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Took the ACT from a bet she lost a few years ago.
Wait, she finally took the ACT?
She took it on Saturday.
Oh, I didn't even know this. I wasn't even made aware of it. That's a bet she owed me for years ago. Well, I was part of it.
You were part of it.
Jeez.
And she followed through. Took the ACT.
2 years later.
Jen Gabe and Chewy asking on Twitter at Jen Gabe Chewy, who would you most like to see take the ACT next, like Jen Latta did this weekend? The options they provided are the following: Ben Brust, Chewy, Gabe Neitzel, or other/write-in, which I will throw out there, Homer.
Yeah, I want to see Homer do it.
Oh, that's really good.
I want to see Homer do it.
A Homer, I would love a inner dialogue that Homer's thinking as he's taking it. This is stupid. Why are we doing this? What are we thinking here?
Could you imagine Homer going to a high school with a whole bunch of teenagers to take it? They'd be like, what in the world is wrong with this old man? In his shorts and a t-shirt, and then he has little Walkman headphones on.
Yeah.
Like, what is this dinosaur, this antique walking in here? Sir, are you lost?
the kids would have to be convinced they're part of some like jackass prank.
No, it has to be.
Right?
They would definitely be looking up, where's the cameras? And it would mess them up. They would be at a disadvantage because they'd be so distracted by this old bald head.
They would. Their scores would suffer, for sure.
Yeah, everybody would.
Jen did say on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, she was by far the only adult there.
Oh, yeah.
Did she do it at a high school?
Yes.
Oh, and you know what? I remember what high school it was. Youth of Connections. I didn't. I mean, I was trying to get her at Homestead High School.
That's a pretty brutal bet to lose. Taking the ACT on a Saturday?
She said she did in like 3 hours.
Yeah, it takes 3 to 4 hours to take. I wouldn't be able to do it. My focus.
Would you guys attempt to actually like get a decent score?
No.
Yes.
No.
I think I would.
No. I'm going to tell you this. I took the GR because.
No, you got to follow through. It's a bet.
Yeah.
You actually have to try.
No, I can do what I want to do. My time
you
is
can't
precious.
get a 12.
I can get
you
what
got to stay till the end of the test. You're going to be there anyway.
I can get what I want. I took the
Everybody
GRE.
has to leave at the same time.
Oh, well.
That's a good point, Strofe. I forgot about that.
I guess maybe with that, if I had to stay the whole time, maybe I'll put in my best effort. I took the GRE online before I went to grad school, and here's the problem.
Why?
The grad school I was going to, they said they needed a score. But here's the issue. Is they said my GPA was high enough to get in regardless of the score, but it was just, protocol. You take it and we just need it. So I went there, and I took the GRE so fast. Don't tell Kyle Wallace the score doesn't matter, because then Kyle doesn't care.
What's the GRE?
I don't even know what it stands for, but you have the GMAT you do when you're a finance person. I'm sure you took the GMAT.
I took that.
And the GRE is for other people who are going to grad school, and they just need it.
Oh, wait. I'm thinking of the thing that's like the high school equivalent.
No, SAT and ACT?
No.
Oh, GED.
GED.
Yeah, no.
Sorry. Now that makes sense.
I got my high school diploma from White House.
Gotcha. I was about to say, why are you taking the GED?
I did, but yeah.
GRE, I got it. That's a standardized test for postgraduate.
Oh, man, I did terrible. My mother was disappointed. She said, Kyle. I said, I didn't even try. She said, Kyle. She was very, very
disappointed. Yeah.
K-Wall.
That was 10 years ago, and I still 12 years ago, and I still remember how disappointed she was in her son for not putting in an effort. I mean, I scored low. I said, I didn't read the questions. I just went through. I was ready to get out of there.
A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D on the Scantron.
I did something like that.
Do like a wave kind of down the thing?
A, B, C, B, D, C, B, C, D, A. I went through tests like that once.
I was so embarrassed by my score, I didn't give it to the university until like almost time for graduation, because then they did the paperwork. They were like, oh, you need to hand this in. And I was like, okay, here you go. And literally, it was the last semester of grad school I handed it in.
That
it didn't matter.
It
is. What we got? What else
Let's go to Rutledge and Hamilton weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. Those dorks who we have beef with. What's a bigger mistake? Nathan's Hot Dogs banning Joey Chestnut from the July 4th eating contest, or Team USA leaving Caitlin Clark off the 2024 Olympic roster?
Ooh, some Caitlin Clark talk.
66% say Joey Chestnut.
I think it's Joey Chestnut. I get that Caitlin Clark is a huge draw, but I don't think if she's on the team or off the team, it actually changes their output in the Olympics. I'll tell you what. Without Joey Chestnut there for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, I don't have a whole lot of interest in watching it. I mean, he was the celebrity. He is the thing that drives all the numbers and all the intrigue, and he's not even going to be there. So that was certainly removing a cornerstone of the event. And I mean, they're going to still fill the squad and do pretty well. I actually believe the women's national team has a really good roster. So it's for sure Joey Chestnut.
Do you remember Kobayashi?
Yeah.
You know somebody named Black Widow?
No.
Okay. Maybe you don't. You remember a big black dude that used to eat on the stage? Or he still does?
Are you talking about Badlands
Booker?
Booker,
yeah, exactly.
Badlands Booker, yeah.
The eating contest has been around before Joey Chestnut. It's going to be around after Joey Chestnut.
But he's never been as popular.
It's never been as popular. There's going to be a new star that emerges, fellas. That's what happens with this hot dog eating contest. Though they may not break records like that, you are going to turn on ESPN on July 4th. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to see the Nathan's eating hot dog. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right. Name 5 women on the World Cup on the women's Olympic basketball team. Name 5.
I can't name them, but I don't think Caitlin Clark's going to.
Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson. Is Sabrina Ionescu in there? I bet she is.
You don't even know.
I bet she is.
Okay,
Should
keep going. The last one you're probably going to say is what's another one?
I'm probably missing another. I'm trying to name the starters.
Wait, hold on. But they were saying Caitlin Clark legit wouldn't play. So it's not going to change anything.
She's number 12 on the roster. The number 12 person not going to play. Listen, I am a believer in earning it. Trust me. She should have earned her spot on the roster. But the 12th man on the roster ain't going to play. Get her on there. And the reason why I say get her on there is though she didn't earn it, and I believe in earning stuff, it helps elevate the women's basketball game. People are still going to watch the Olympics, but the intrigue is not going to be there. When you look at how many places she's selling out arenas. WNBA basketball is selling out arenas because of Caitlin Clark. You can be salty or mad at the fact that she's not as talented as a Asia Wilson. Duh, Asia Wilson is an absolute beast. But what this could have did for Olympic basketball, you know how many little girls would have been walking around, and even little boys would have been walking around with a Caitlin Clark jersey for Olympics. That's a lot. This is a missed opportunity for Team USA in the Olympics to try to elevate women's basketball even more. So that's my whole take on this. Nathan's is going to be fine. Women's basketball is going to be fine. But they're missing an opportunity that they won't have it for another 4 years to elevate their game of women's basketball. That's what it's about.
Brittany Griner's a pretty big name.
Yeah, okay.
Diana Taurasi's a pretty big name.
These are big names, but people ain't going to see Brittany Griner play. People ain't tuning in to see Diana Taurasi play.
You're going to watch the women's team even if Caitlin Clark doesn't play a minute. You're saying that's
I am, but here's the thing. There's a lot of people that watched women's basketball this year who did not watch it before because they wanted to see Caitlin Clark or they wanted to see Angel Reese play. They created a storyline. Now women's basketball this year is just going to be women's basketball. They're going to do decent ratings, but ratings would have been better with Caitlin Clark. Notoriety for those women on that team would have been higher with Caitlin Clark. That's all I'm saying. Did she deserve to be on there? No. But could it have been strategically a good thing to put her on the team? Yes.
Okay.
And you're still going to watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
I don't think I am.
Did you watch it last year?
I did.
Did you?
It was just on.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna be.
It was just on.
And it may just be on this year.
I don't watch it regardless. So
that is my point.
Can I be honest? After watching it, I felt like I needed to take a shower. It's a disgusting spectacle.
Essentially, the question here is: does the hot dog eating contest need Joey Chestnut more than the Olympic team needs Caitlin Clark? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah. No, the Olympic team needs Caitlin Clark.
I don't think they do.
No. People, Joey Chestnut just came around.
The thing that bugs me about the Caitlin Clark situation is there's somebody like I mentioned, Asia Wilson, who plays for the Las Vegas Aces, who won the last 2 WNBA titles. She's incredible. She's done everything, and she's been in the league for 5 years. She's won multiple MVP. She's won Defensive Player of the Year. She's led the league in every major
she's not fun.
Category.
Joker he's fun to watch for me, but he's not fun to watch for people who are just basic
but
people.
Not a comparison.
Who are kids mimicking, Joker or Steph Curry?
Steph Curry.
And so who are kids mimicking, Asia Wilson or Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark.
That's the whole point.
But
that's
Caitlin
what it's about.
Clark isn't even playing minutes over Asia Wilson.
No,
she's going to be on the bench.
But that's the thing.
Which is okay.
And people are going to want to watch, and they're going to buy jerseys, and they're going to follow because they're going to see, is Caitlin Clark going to get in the game? There is more boosts for women's basketball for people talking about why isn't Caitlin Clark playing. They might be stupid fans that don't understand why she's not playing, but guess what? They're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark not playing, which means they're going to be talking about women's basketball. Women's basketball would have probably had just as much buzz or more buzz than men's basketball for the Olympics. I mean, even now, I don't even know if the men's basketball team has been selected for the Olympics yet. I have no idea.
It is.
Okay. And that's the thing, is that we're talking more about who got left off of women's basketball than who's on or got left off of men's basketball. And that's a good thing for women's basketball. It is. All right, well, am I too hot?
I think that's it. No,
I need to calm down?
You might be too hot, but real quick. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, Anthony
This
Edwards,
is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
No, some of those things I say.
I don't know what happened there.
It's a pretty good roster. Old, but good roster.
Yeah, it's a great roster. But nobody...
They'll win it, right?
You said what?
They'll win it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Who's even second? I don't even know. Serbia?
Will be... I don't know. Spain?
Or not Serbia.
Is Spain still good?
Spain.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Greece
Argentina?
Has Greece has Giannis.
I don't think they're good anymore.
Greece has Giannis. Greece has Giannis.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not really happy about him playing, but it is what it is. Represent your country.
Wow.
That's it for for pole position presented by Great Lakes Dragaway. Joe, what do we have coming up next? You got to tell me. My computer just died.
Well, we got a couple options.
What are a couple options here?
Brad, let's talk about it on the air. Friday Energy.
No, I want to know. I'm definitely. I mean, you guys help me here. This is a team effort.
Well, we're gonna take a vote in the break, and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna.
What are the vote options?
We're talking about candy next.
Oh, we're talking about candy next.
Candy.
Oh, I love a good candy bar.
Spoiled candy.
Spoiled candy. If you want to talk more about candy, keep it locked here on KBN on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're such a pro.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
As we settle into Friday rush hour, we've got our usual suspects causing some trouble this afternoon. 43 southbound is slow between Silver Spring and Capitol Drive. Northbound coming up out of the Marquette, you'll see some brake lights all the way up a little bit past Locust Street, but short of Keefe. 94 westbound is slow in the Menominee Valley past American Family Field. Between the Zoo Interchange and the stadium on eastbound, it looks like you're going to have a little bit of a tap of the brakes, but by the time you start heading on into downtown, it'll be good. 894 westbound is slow through that construction out of the Mitchell to 60th Street. And we got a little bit of a slowdown in the Hale from 894 southbound onto 894 eastbound. Traffic is sponsored by Johnson & Sons Paving. Potholes are a pain when they pop up in your asphalt. Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole lot. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. And by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. Your forecast for tonight is going to be mostly clear skies, a low of 56. Partly cloudy, a slight chance of showers on Saturday, a high of 74. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Father's Day is Sunday. Looking for the right gift for Dad? Whether it's a unique craft beer, hard-to-find whiskey, or a spectacular bottle of wine, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices in town. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for Father's Day. Discount Liquor on 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See our specials at discountliquorinc.com, and happy Father's Day.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
I also think that it's a little bit overblown when we have the conversation around Trevor about him not living up to the expectations. I think the first year with Urban Meyer as his head coach, he didn't really have somebody that was competent at the wheel of the organization, right? And the Jaguars were a really bad franchise. They had the number 1 pick in back-to-back years. So I think we have to also keep that in mind. Now, in his first year with a real head coach in Doug Peterson, they made the playoffs, won a home playoff game, and they had a 3-point ball game in the fourth quarter on the road in Arrowhead against Patrick Mahomes. Pretty damn good. And I think that when we start talking about the quarterback, specifically in the AFC, the guys that you think are worth the money, can they have me in a competitive situation against the bar, the litmus that is the Kansas City Chiefs? And I think Trevor Lawrence has answered that question.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Where's that higher love? I keep thinking
your company, it's got a story to tell. Let 3 Tree Marketing make sure that your company's story is told exactly how you want it to be. You're going to be the envy of your industry with using 3 Tree Marketing, because whether you are using new teammates, business partners, specialized gifting, or onboarding kits, anytime you take that logo of yours, that company name of yours, and you put it on anything with merchandise, 3 Tree Marketing is going to make sure that you are telling exactly the story you want to tell. I know whenever I receive stuff from ESPN, Good Karma brands, man, I know exactly who we are. I know exactly the message that our company is trying to convey. 3 Tree Marketing helps us with that. They're going to help you with that. They're going to think outside the box and become an extension of your team to showcase what your brand is all about. See what else 3 Tree Marketing can do for your team and set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
Oh, we need a higher love here on KBN, on ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPN Wisconsin. Strofe is feeling himself.
DJ Strofe?
DJ Strofe is. I love the original, but this is a good version. Definitely a good version.
If Flexi and I weren't 10 years into our marriage and we were if we ever renew our vows, Strofe, you're our DJ.
Oh, I was going to say, I am ordained.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far. But,
we want the real thing.
But as a DJ, you are our DJ if we ever renew our vows. And if we were getting married, if we were tying the knot
I don't know
down.
if I should be offended or not. That means I wouldn't be a normal guest.
No, you'd be a normal guest. You'd do
double dip. If I'm working.
Huh?
Not if I'm working.
Well, you could turn it down. You'd get the invite. You get a normal invite, and you would get the DJ invite. And you can, I'll tell you what, you could set a playlist. You could change hats throughout the night. You could be on the dance floor dancing to your own music.
Well, that's an idea.
Pop back up there.
It's a good pitch.
I have a question for you fellas.
Yeah.
I do plan one day to get married. Like that is
okay.
That's a plan. One day I plan to get married.
I don't believe it, but go on.
I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell. You and maybe somebody I know doesn't believe it either. But we'll see. Time will tell. And as you know, 101.7 The Truth, we have, Black Talk radio station. I'm the director of content of. We have very talented individuals that do a lot of different things outside of work. We have 2 people that are DJs. One is someone I've known since he was in college. I recruited him to go to college at a certain school, and now he works here with us. He's a DJ. And it's been in the back of my mind, is it wrong not to ask him to DJ at my wedding?
I think that'd be an easy conversation to have with him. But he would get an invite regardless?
He would get an invite regardless. And I'm thinking, would I have him do a set there? I like him, and he's a really good DJ, but I think I would want somebody else to be my DJ at my wedding. He's a really good DJ, too.
There's a legit argument of not mixing business and pleasure.
Yes.
For real.
Correct.
And it's an important role. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The DJ really does set the tone for the wedding, for the dancing, the whole thing. Outside of Strofe, right? Because Strofe and I are boys, and he sets the vibe. If it was somebody that I managed or worked with that I wasn't as close as Strofe with, I would struggle being able to really lean into that vibe.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this about me. I don't know if I give this type of energy.
Here we go.
I'm quite particular and demanding for certain things.
No.
I'm dead serious. The crazy loud, I understand that. Well, yeah, I don't know if I come off. I'm very, very particular about certain things and anal on certain things. Not everything. I'm not crazy, but the music that is played at a wedding, I have a list of songs that I'm you're gonna have to play these songs, and I want you to play these songs.
So you need a DJ that will be flexible to your request.
It's gonna be
it should be your request.
It's gonna be for that DJ. It's gonna be easy because they're gonna get 100 different songs that these songs need to play throughout the night. And I don't want to have to be mad at the DJ that I work with and be like, hey bro, what you doing? And then all of a sudden we got beef and tension in the workplace.
You could just set a playlist. Do you think the presence of a DJ? If a DJ is literally just playing what you want them to play, why have a DJ?
Oh, I mean, I want them to throw some stuff in there. I expect for them to mix it up. You see how, DJ Strofe is over there mixing stuff up? I need you to mix it up. You need to make sure it's lit. I need to, I don't need to give you the order, but you need to make sure that if these are the songs that I want to play, you kind of put the songs all together in the way that they need to be played.
You're sensing the vibe of what the crowd needs when they need it.
I guarantee you, at my wedding, every single song that's played will invoke some type of emotion.
Powerful.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be cracking. It may not be the most expensive wedding, but it's gonna be one that you are going to remember because the music is gonna make you feel like you in a nightclub. Take you back. It'll have music from the 60s, 70s, have ratchet music from now. I'm gonna be having 60-year-olds dancing to Pound Town. Okay, that's what I plan on having happening at my wedding.
I hope I get an invite to this wedding. I hope I'm in the circle of friend group.
Oh, no, most definitely.
Okay,
it's an investment. Like you invite people because you hope they give you a gift, right?
Oh wow!
I pay for your plate, you give me a gift. What are you looking at me for like that, Homer? That's exactly what it is. You invite people for gifts.
Surprise eyes from Homer, right there.
It's for gifts.
Are you going to be dancing at Kyle Wallace's wedding to Pound Town, Homer?
I don't know that I'll get invited.
Homer, do you give nice gifts and not that T-Moon mask? I don't want no $2 gift.
I don't want to be invited if it's based on what kind of gift I'm getting.
Well, listen, it's transactional.
Wow.
No, it's not. If you're inviting me based on the kind of gift I'm given, I'm not coming.
Cool, but if you get an invite, you got to send a gift.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. That is
do.
You have to send a gift.
It's a crazy thing.
Yeah. Homer.
That's the thing with a lot of things, though. You should just blast out as many invites as you can then.
And hope that people don't come?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal.
Make it in a really, really hard environment to get to at a really strange time to really distill down your guest list. Like, make it at, 10 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I mean, I need to have fun, too. But before we do go to break, I do have a question for you, Homer.
Why even have the wedding? Just get the gifts and then cancel the wedding.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Gotta cancel this. Homer, would you eat this chocolate here?
Given what I just saw you do, yes.
Yeah, you would eat it. Now,
right now. You want me to eat it?
Does it matter what the expiration date is on it?
Oh, come on. Give me a break. I bought some, I don't know what candy.
Homer, you're too old to be eating expired candy.
You're
too old.
We should get this after. I want Homer's reaction.
I got 10 boxes of cereals at Woodman's, I think, for 50 cents a box or $1 a box, Lucky Charms, because there was an expiration date. First of all, breakfast cereal lasts forever. Candy lasts forever.
Homer.
So whenever you find a place that has to sell it because of expiration dates on Reese's, give me a break. It should be the year 3000.
All right, Homer. Well, you know what can have you
really think there's a limit to how long you can eat? All right.
I do think there is a limit to things that you can eat, but there is no limit.
Give them to me.
Well, here you go, Homer. They got a whole bunch of candy upstairs for you. But you know what you can do? You can also get Universal Windows Direct. I'm telling you this right now. They came to my house. They did a great job taking a look at all the different windows I have. And then I have these 5 bow windows. Not bay, bow windows. I have 5 different windows. They say, oh, yeah, we can take good care of you when it comes to those bow windows that you have in the front of your house. And then on top of that, they will come out and they will tell you this. Like, listen, maybe this option you don't need to do that, or maybe in this front one you get to that, you can get to do that as well. And here's what I loved about Universal Windows Direct: there's no pressure whatsoever. They provide the information, they lay it out there for you, they give you a great deal, and then also don't forget, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. You buy 4 windows, you get 4 free as well. I'm telling you, I had a great consultation with Universal Windows Direct, and you can get that free in-home estimate today by calling 414-410-2000, and I'm telling you, they'll take great care of you. And also don't forget, 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 whole years. And when you tell them I told you to call, you get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. That's UWD.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my Universal Windows Direct.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
See you again.
Oh, you need some.
And then I said, I appreciate it. The same goes for you. Let me know if anything I can do for you. Obviously, what am I going to do for Russell Wilson? You're the man.
Babysitters, kids, and they go to
BFF.
Fake relationship of all time.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
This is not like let's pretend there's competition so we can get our guy right. I think they have doubts about it, and he's going to have to earn it.
I'm not sure, even if you don't have to give up a ton to get DA back, I'm not so sure I want to mess with what we got and pay him that dollar amount.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
For the ultimate sports betting experience, get in the game at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Unleash your inner champion with dozens of betting kiosks, a VIP deck, high-end bar, first-class restaurant, broadcast booth, a 2,000-square-foot video wall, and more. It's a sports fan's paradise, 24/7. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit the website for more. Must be 21 years old. All bets must be made on site.
See what everyone is talking about at the club at Lac La Belle. The birthplace of golf in Wisconsin has a rich history you will feel upon arrival. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Experience a round at the club at Lac La Belle. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. Looking for more golf? Take advantage of same-day replay rates and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
The big gig is almost here. Make sure you're tuned into ESPN Milwaukee every day for a chance to win tickets to Summerfest. And when you're out at Summerfest, stop by the Gruber Law Office's Sports Zone to meet the ESPN Milwaukee team and to win prizes. The fun starts June 20th on the lake.
Eagle Sports Range has an unbeatable offer on concealed carry license classes. For just $49, enroll in their 3-hour class led by expert instructors prioritizing safety. Learn laws, techniques, and mindset for responsible carrying. Stick around for an optional hour of range time with instructors included in the package. Practice under professional guidance and gain confidence. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day at 2525 East Layton Avenue in Cudahy. Secure your spot at eaglesportsrange.com. Eagle Sports Range, where safety meets skill.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Do you have a car, boat, ATV, or motorcycle taking up space in storage or your garage? Homer here, asking you to consider donating it to Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a local faith-based nonprofit organization dedicated to inspiring and equipping at-risk youth and their families. They need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping troubled youths transform their lives. Visit rawhide.org/donate and learn how you can help today.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tell me. Oh, man. This is a wedding song, too. 100%.
For sure.
100%. But this is KBN, ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle. He's Brad. That's Strofe DJing. And Homer's here. And Homer
licking his lips, my dad. He just licked his lips.
We're talking expired candy.
Yeah, and
Homer's
that makes
hungry now.
it makes him hungry. What was the question you asked Homer during the break?
Homer, I said, how long would you take for a candy to be expired before you're like, I actually probably shouldn't eat this?
I'd like to try one 10 years old.
10 years old?
No, like M&M's 10 years. Like peanut butter, I would wonder a little bit because it's peanut butter. But no, knowing all the artificial stuff they put in, I would give Reese's 8 years.
So if I had some M&M's in my backpack, and I said, here you go, Homer, and it said expired, not like made, but expired. In 2015, you'd say, I'll eat them.
In a heartbeat. I don't think they used to have expired. Somebody will have to check. When did they add expired?
Can you Google when they added
FDA thing.
I mean,
candy?
Homer, you have to be very careful. But you know what's crazy?
You don't.
It's and I don't want to be ageist, but you baby boomers, I'm telling you, I'll never forget. I still have the video on my phone when my mother tried to feed me something that expired 10 years ago. I said, what?
1972.
1972, Homer. So you were young in 1972. You were still a teenager
my
in
dad
1972.
bought stuff from Railroad Bargain Center canned. They all had dents. 80% of the cans we had were dented. And when they told us you were going to die, I remember thinking, I got maybe a week.
Oh,
then you realize it's all just a bunch of crap.
What's the oldest thing you have in your pantry? Seasoning. What's the oldest seasoning you probably have in your pantry?
My wife does all the cooking. I'm just talking about, I've been to places where these were on, candy was on sale for like, I buy it. Yes, tell me where it's, I know I have stuff in the house still that's probably 3-6 months old.
3-6 months old. Homer,
and I put it in the freezer. That helps.
Homer, you are fearless.
Yeah, I want you to live a long,
fearless.
healthy, long life. Please stop eating candy that's expired. I don't know your paychecks, but you've made enough not to have to do that.
Buy them fresh, Homer.
Please, Homer.
There may be candy at a certain point where it's a concern, but it's not this crap they put on there.
Well, if you like hearing Homer talk about candy and other crap, make sure you stay locked in.
Let me just ask him, how many people in your life have you ever heard that